Payday, you want payday, I know that. Payday, you want payday, I know that. Payday, you want payday.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
1-425-569-5241.
Call of the year.
To voice your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. Let's go.
Call of the year.
1-425-569-5241. You know the number to call in and voice your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. Let's go.
Smoke with you. Come on.
Info Joe is a beast. Checkbox red. Undefeated punchlines, better place your bet. The number one call, fought my way up the ranks. Border wars fighter, going hard in the pain. Boxing scene writers call me spectacular. My boxing bars are marvelous like Hagler. Worldwide, peace to all my boxing brothers. We boxing boys, forget all the others.
Call of the year. We got boomerangs, ringers, and pound for pounds in here. From stateside to the UK, spending pounds and pounds in here. A counter puncher costs you 5 if you going rounds in here. We talking boxing, better stand your ground in here. And by the way, I'm king, I mean of Essex. Let me make this clear, fuck your opinion. We can agree to disagree. Ali's the greatest over Floyd, and you ain't better than me, no.
Don't just talk about the popular fighter. Come on, do you know more than just Gardner Wilder? He not even ranked, man. Who he fought? Who on his resume? Who he beat though? Canelo. Where you at, man? Where your knowledge at, man? Call of the year, man. 2020. What's up?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another one. It is Wednesday, 9 a.m. over here on the East Coast, and it's sunny as can be from the Sunshine State, the state that is housing one Tyson Fury. Yes, he's in Miami holding camp. And Tyson Fury is who we will be discussing today. Because seems like Dillian Whyte is labeling Tyson Fury a coward for his actions. What are those actions? What took place? Well, we definitely reported a few days ago that Tom Saunders, the father of Billy Joe Saunders, attempted to jump the barricade at the Canelo Billy Joe fight and found himself with an angry security guard that, once provoked, attacked Tom and shoved him aggressively to the ground and has caused a bit of debate throughout. Now Comcast want to fucking call me. It's caused a bit of debate throughout the boxing community as to what should have taken place, what should Tyson Fury have done. The other kid was there too. Tom Fury, is it? The one that wants to fight Jake? He was there. So I'm going to show you the footage that we've showed you already, but we got to re-show you the footage so you can understand what it is Dillian Whyte is accusing Fury of. Wait, Michael Benson, I'm starting to see, he didn't post anything on the Billy Joe, the father stuff. But he posted the heckling stuff. It's like he's a little bit biased. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. He's from the UK, but wow. He didn't have it there. Someone send it to, I'm sure London runs boxing. Let me go to my boys and man. My boys. Who's London's run boxing? I don't even know who he is. So, let's see. I'm sure London has it. Or is he another dude that doesn't post anything bad about the UK? Where are we? Where's this beat? Somebody send it to me, man. This is horrible. I thought Michael Benson would have had. I should have been a little more prepared. I can't even remember how I showed it to you guys before. I'm trying to figure out. Yep, London's Runs Boxing did not post it. You guys are some weirdos, man. Straight weirdos. What, that's not, you'll lose your relationship with Billy if you post his dad getting shoved? Jeez Louise. Let me just see if Tom Saunders comes up as a hashtag. You dudes really suck. This is what I'm saying about that UK love, man. That's why it's better for you to be a fucking UK fighter, bro. These dudes, they ride with you regardless. Here we go. See, you can find it with the hashtag. That's why you gotta love fucking hashtags, man. These little ass kissers out here. Jeez Louise. So here's Fury. Tom Saunders already thrashed. Gets back up. Fury just still not doing anything. And this is why Dillian Whyte is calling Fury a coward. Now, I see a lot of people saying, oh, you can't lose your job. You know, you're not going to ruin your career for a street fight. Well, again, based off what Dillian is saying, if you call yourself a fighting man, you're a traveler, you're this fighting man. You're not a boxer. You know, you were a fighter first in the street. This is what y'all do. And you letting one of your own, look, he got trashed right there. Now, whoever this dude in the white shirt is, he said, fuck that. You ain't going to do that at the time. And he jumped over the barricade. He's there. But the strength and conditioning coach with the Team Saunders jacket, you see him there. He had a lot of jokes and stuff when they were heckling Canelo. Here, he's not getting involved. All the strength and conditioning he does, he don't want to really show us his strength. Tyson Fury said, I'm not losing my chain in this scuffle. And this is what Dillian is talking about. So let's go back to Dillian Whyte's words. And as you can see on the thumbnail here, Dillian Whyte from his verified account says, Tyson Fury is a coward. How can you stand by and watch Billy Joe Saunders' father get treated like this? And you didn't jump the barrier. I guess he meant to say barricade, but he put the barrier. And at least try to stop them. Stop them manhandling him. You are a coward. All mouth. Hashtag fighting man. Hashtag all mouth. So then Tyson comes back and says, Dillian Whyte, in quotes, the can man. More like the can get knocked out by the 41-year-old old man. Hashtag bum. Dillian Whyte comes back and says, calm down, gypsy coward. You're not a king. If you thought I was a bum, Luke, you would have fought me years ago when ordered by the WBC. Keep conning the public. Hashtag anytime, hashtag anywhere. Now, what's funny is that he called him Luke. I am your father. And instead of Tyson. And also what's funny is that, you know, we all can be hypocrites at one point. You know, when we least expect it, it slips out. And here it did slip out for Dillian Whyte, who will be having his trainer on. I should make a post on Patreon for him. We're going to have his trainer on, and we're going to talk to Dillian Whyte's trainer, see how he feels about the whole matter. You know, he's a friend of the show. One day, somehow, over the rainbow, maybe Dillian will become a friend, and we could get him on. But, yeah, so, you know, Dillian a little bit hypocritical when he says, oh, you could have fought me years ago when ordered by the WBC. Well, I remember the WBC ordering you as well for a couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Can I get an amen? Amen. You know what I'm saying? He was ordered in a few WBC fights to do some things that he decided not to do, and that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? But then don't turn around and call my man Luke a duck for not doing what the WBC ordered him to do. He probably did the same thing as you. Took a different route that was financially more lucrative or strategically better positioning. So again, just we are all victims of being hypocrites at one point or another, even by accident. But that being said, I do want to ask you, you have to put yourselves in Tyson Fury's shoes. You can't put yourselves in the situation in your own life because you're not a millionaire. You're not a public figure. You know, did Fury do the right thing? Was he supposed to somehow live up to, this fighting man title and get out there in the street and start fighting like a regular common man against regular common men? You know, he could be in a lawsuit. He's in America. Let's not forget this fight took place in Texas. So, he could be in a lawsuit if he put his hands on the wrong person or if the right person, anybody could say, hey man, Tyson jumped the back and he shoved me over and I'm hurt. I mean, in America, lawsuits are a dime a dozen. So I don't know that he did or didn't do the right thing. I'm just saying these are all the different angles and such that you have to think about when labeling anyone anything, because we're in America. In the UK, you guys have fights in the stands and nothing happens. But I'm sure some of those dudes that fought at the StubHub at the Ruiz fight, I'm sure those dudes got arrested, detained, a citation. Like it's not all jokes over here. You know what I'm saying? You start throwing punches, you will get an aggravated assault. That's just how it is. Now, again, every state is different. That is the beauty and the strangeness of America. In a state where I used to come from, I'm no longer part of that cold ass state. But in New Jersey, there was no such thing as self-defense. So, you couldn't, somebody could smack you and you smack them back. And guess what? Y'all both going to jail for fighting in the street. So different everywhere, I hear some of these other 51 states do have, like stand and shoot, self-defense. Like a lot of different states have a lot of different things, man. So, some are even open carry, right? Carry with the gun on you. So, you got to be careful when you're out here. So I don't know that we could label anybody a coward, but again, they're both from the UK, and by they, I mean Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury. They both carry themselves as bad men, you know what I'm saying? So Dillian, who, in his eyes, he's like, yo, whether I get knocked out or not, this is who I am. Like, I am a bad man. Like, you see me, I talk the talk, I get in there, I fight anybody. I'm willing to fight anybody. If I lose, I'm back, so I don't know. I guess he's a little upset that that Tyson didn't live up to everything that he puts out there about himself. But again, you have to decide that. Should Tyson have jumped in, or did he do the right thing? Let's go out to the callers. We got about 15 minutes before we get to Xavier Miller, the trainer of Dillian Whyte, who's very punctual, so he should be on time. Let me refresh here this super chat button since I ain't get no super chats for all the hard work yesterday. Like, all right, sorry, because I still wake up and do this every day because this is what I really do love doing. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with the internet people for like 2 hours and 40 minutes, bro. I was on hold for 2 hours. They really tripping out there, man. I'm telling you, they're like what is it called? Subsidizing their work to the Philippines. You can hear in the voice and in the background. These dudes in the Philippines somewhere. You asking for a supervisor, they not even trying to give you a supervisor because it's gonna bring, let's call their building or whatever, it's gonna bring their facility down in terms of the amount of times the customer service people couldn't handle or satisfy the customer, and it had to be escalated. I promise you, if you don't ask for a supervisor, they ain't bringing you one. I'm telling you. But shout out to my internet is at least working today. I'm hoping we get through this one all well and dandy because I love doing what I'm doing. I already got another show planned. I was last minute. I was about to switch it all the way up and just erase this one and go with something else that I seen. But I'm like, you know what? Francis called me and he said He's not coming in at 12:30, so I don't have to end this one early. So, we got more than enough time to do them both. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and get them both done. But right now, we're talking Tyson Fury being labeled a coward. Dillian Whyte calls Tyson Fury a coward for not defending Tom Saunders at the Canelo fight when Tom Saunders broke the rules and regulations of the AT&T facility by jumping the barricade because his son was, they had threw the towel in. They had threw the towel in, and he was concerned, a concerned father. He went about it the wrong way. But what could you say? That's what happened. But we will be having Dillian Whyte's trainer, Xavier Miller, on. Yes, all right. I sent them the link. So let me go ahead and open these up. See what we got some super chats, actually. So let's get to that. Shout out to Groundhog Sports Nation. I see you, champ. We got what rep it that says Fury didn't want to get deported. He digs the USA. Yes, he does. He loves those 6,000 square feet Las Vegas suites that Bob gives him and those private jets that he lets him borrow to travel from Dallas to Miami. Fury is living the life of a rock star, so much so that The Sun put out some tabloid rumors as if he was living it up a little too much with the women in the fast life. And he posted a picture on his Instagram, and that's Tyson. Let me go to that so I don't have to paraphrase here. The Gypsy King's Instagram, he posted this. I'm on everything for you, man. Remember, you don't ever have to go to social media. Ness handles it. So he posts this lovely picture of his wife and family. He has a big family, 5 children. Wow, Tyson. And he says, just want to say, me and Paris are 100 emoji. And the hashtag sunwankers, sunwankers, meaning the writers at The Sun, are at it again. I took 1,000 pics yesterday at Fontainebleau, but they only show the girls. Ha ha ha! Paris and I have been married for 13 years. No newspaper articles could ever hurt that. Just to let you know what time it is. Fuck the Sun newspaper. At The Sun, about a dozen middle finger white emojis for their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because damn, I get them. They got to make headlines. I know what it is to need a sexy headline, you know what I mean? To attract the attentions of the casual reader and listener so they can see what it is that we're doing over here. Sometimes, subject matter doesn't get them, or the subject matter is great, but you need a catchy title. It's like the bait at the end of the hook if you're a fisherman, right? So that's what The Sun is doing. And everyone knows sex sells. I think I learned that in the 80s. That was like a slogan, sex sells, sex sells. And guess what? Sex sells. So if they can take all the pictures of Tyson Fury posing next to sexy women that wanted to take a picture with the champ, then they're going to do that to send a subliminal message to their readers and potential readers to sell more copies. Shout out Tyson Fury. I don't wish any man to lose their relationship over some bullshit that isn't even true. That being said, back to why he didn't jump the barricade is because of this fine, lovely family and because of the lifestyle that he lives. There's a lot to consider. You're in American soil. Do you really want to let those fists fly? I remember Mayweather made that phrase pretty famous in the early 90s, right? About his hands being like registered weapons, right? Because he's a fighter. Like, you can't be out here fighting because them lawsuits going to ring down on you pretty heavy because your profession is to fight. So you can really do damage to the average Joe. And because of that, we have to be careful, we being Tyson Fury and his team. I think this boils down to Tom Saunders. Again, he is the one that broke the rules and regulations by jumping the barricade. Number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. If you guys want to call in before we get Xavier Miller and chop it up, let me know. We're waiting. We got about 9 minutes before he jumps on, and we're ready to rock and roll. We got another super chat here from Grind Hard Sports Nation. Shout out to you. I've been seeing you all week. He says Fury couldn't get involved in that. He got to save that chin for Wilder. And this just proves nobody knows Fury. I know them guards seen him. What do you I know them guards. What guards? What guards? Oh, so you're saying that the guards seen him, but they didn't respect that Tom was with him, and like I don't know. Are you saying that if Fury would have been more popular, his entourage, aka Tom Saunders, wouldn't have got jumped by this? I don't know if that makes. I don't know if that makes any sense. If Fury or whoever, if a person is popular, the security guard opens the barricade for you. But also that could have been done. I'm not saying Fury isn't popular. I'm saying that Tom didn't go about it that way. He didn't go to the security and say, hey, look at my wristband. Look at Tyson Fury. That's my son. Why wouldn't that security guard at that point maybe radio in to his boss or just give him the benefit of the doubt, seeing the wristband and say, yeah, go ahead. But when you jump it and you do what Saunders' father's done, look at the way he jumps it here. Hey, let me start this over. So look at the way he jumps it, and he runs right at the guy, and look, he tries to football go around him, and this guy's like, come on, man, I'm young, I'm in the gym every day because I'm a security guard. Dudes want to test me every day. You're not gonna test me, old man. And he shoves him down, and now Tom has to deal with this. He's got it now. Billy's got to deal with this on top of dealing with even Sam Jones is coming down on Billy. I thought everybody was gonna stick together, but Sam even posted yesterday the same thing he said about Dubois. You know what I'm saying? And said, look at what you did. Look at what you said you would do, and now look at what you've done. So it's everything is easy. There's a bunch of y'all that just talk because you ain't been in situations, and you think, oh, if I were in that situation, this is how I would react. But that's just a thought, man. That's not the truth, man. You need to be put in certain situations just to see how tough, how real, how you would perform under that pressure, The phrase in boxing is, let's see how he does under the lights, and that's no different than this situation right here. This is the lights. This is the lights. All that street talk, all that tough talk, this is where you're supposed to show it. And it wasn't shown. But that's okay too, because you're no longer that street guy. You're no longer that tough guy. But the curtain was pulled back. We got to realize that truly you really aren't that person, And Dillian Whyte is saying, I would have done something different. Regardless of what, I wasn't gonna let Tom Saunders get manhandled like that. That's what Dillian is suggesting. But again, he wasn't in that situation. He's not the one being flown around in private jets, right? His promoter doesn't let him borrow a jet. He's not in 6,000, square feet Las Vegas suites partying it up. He's not training with elite level American legendary trainers like Sugar Hill and then being in there with Jorge Caputillo, who's also, of pedigree because of his father and the long history with Margarito. You can't put yourself in someone's shoes because you ain't never really walked in them damn shoes, man. You just think that you could walk in somebody's shoes, man. You guys think that. Oh, nah, this one did that one. I can never do that. That would never be me. Man, shut your ass up. You ain't never been or done nothing and no type of nothing to know what you gonna fucking do. But y'all just talk. Even for Dillian Whyte, man. What would he have done here in America, man? You crazy as hell. Do you, because let's not forget this factor, because there's a lot of you that are gonna forget this. Man, hell no, what's a fight, Ness? I'd have got into a fight, maybe they write me a ticket. But what if you go to jail? What if it's a felony and now you from the UK, you can't even get back in the fucking country. You can't even get another visa now. You like Martin Murray. You forced never to get the big fight because you can never get to America. No matter how many big fights was offered to Martin Murray before he was losing all them UK dudes, he couldn't get the big fight because he couldn't come to America. So, do you want to lose your opportunity at getting a visa? Do you want to make it tougher for you to get that big sexy fight? Come on, man. Tom is Billy's boy, but Tyson Fury, this is his family. You understand? Tom is Billy's father and Fury is Billy's boy, but this is Tyson's family. So, I don't know. That's what he chose is what it looks like to me, and that's okay with me. That's okay with me. But again, I'm not from the UK. You know, maybe they wanted more from Fury because obviously Dillian did, right? Dillian definitely wanted a little bit more out of Tyson. But you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1. One time, voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're going to be having a trainer, Dillian Whyte, to give us his thoughts. You know, Xavier's such a nice guy. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be like, yeah, you know, I agree with Dillian. You know, he's probably not going to get involved in it. But he is the trainer. And let's get him on. You know what I mean? Let's get him on. 9:27, we should be getting them at 9:30. We got a Cash App. Where the cash at? Homie, pass that. From Compa, who says, let's go, champ. Bomb squad. And what flag is that, champ? What is that flag? I don't even know. One of them came out X'd out, too, so I don't know what flag is that. Half white, half sky blue. No, but yeah, man. Yeah, people excited with the Wilder footage, man. He's looking nice out there with these improvements with Malik Scott. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Does that turn into a fight? Cause this Fury AJ fight is obviously not done, and Frank is saying Fury's gonna fight in July. Heavy rumors of Wilder coming back in July. I wonder, man. I wonder what the hell. Are they going to just like not promote and go straight into Wilder Fury 3 if they can't lock in this AJ Fury fight? Because, Eddie keeps saying it's done. Frank keeps saying they haven't signed and they won't sign until there's proof of money. I mean, just again this morning, more stuff about that particular fight and whether or not it's going to happen. So crazy. But it does seem like, Wilder's training, Fury's training, does seem like somebody's going to get that fight for sure. Who will it be? I don't know. But Fury's in America and he's training. He's relocated to Miami, too, for his camp. Now, there's some rumors indicating that it will be AJ and Fury, and that it'll be announced and done for like August 14th or the 7th in Saudi. Let's see, man. Let's see. Frank said today. He definitely did not say that shit in the article I read today. He definitely said that they have not signed. See? Frank Warren has now confirmed that August 14th is the agreed date for Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. He said it's still not signed. They're waiting for Saudi financial assurances. See? Gotta get it signed, man. Everybody's not in there until they in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of... But look, the sad part is that even the fighters are tired, right? We talked about that yesterday. Tyson Fury, you know, well, AJ really coming out saying, man, my fans are tired. Your fans are tired. Let's just get this shit on. You know, and that's how I feel. Like when it's finally announced, there will be no excitement in the announcement because they've little boy, what is that story from back in the fucking 70s? Little boy woofed us so long, man. It's the little boy that cried wolf, man. Oh, the fight's this week. We're going to talk about it. And then it's not this week. No, we're going to announce it next week. It's not next week. You become a liar. And now when you finally say, yo, the fight is real, oh, man, fuck that fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying we won't be excited for it come fight week. Of course. But like right now, you've dangled this carrot in front of us for so long that it's like, man, you took the steam. You took the steam out of the announcement by saying, we're going to announce it this week. We're going to announce. No, I'm sorry. It's not this week. It's next week. Sorry, not this week. Next week. Come on, guys. I'm the only one trying to get it done. What is Bob Arum doing? What is Frank? I mean, yo, all this drama we don't need to know about, man. Like, these dudes need to sit in the room and honestly, what happened to gag orders and like, shut the fuck up. You got Fury out here telling his fans one thing. AJ out here telling his fans one thing. Frank definitely telling you the real all the time. Bob, he washed his hands with it already. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't know. They need to get that shit together, though, for real, if they want to get it done right. Let me see what's up, man. Usually my mans ain't late. I seen him just screen share, so he must be. I mean, he put it on his story that he's going to be live at 9:30. What up, X? Where you at? Where you at? Well, let me add him, too. I already got his handle here. Bang. Bang. Let's see if that works. Maybe he was expecting me to call home. Yes. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're talking Dillian Whyte calling Tyson Fury a straight coward for not defending Tom Saunders, as Tom Saunders was attacked at that Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders fight for jumping that barricade. The good old security at the AT&T were not having that, you know? You got to stay back behind the barricade. No jumping of the barricade, Mr. Tom. None of that. But hey, on an upside, we talked about yesterday, one of our secondary, third, or however many shows we did. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel and helped us get to 120,000 by my birthday, May 31st, go ahead and do so. Hashtag Gemini season. That being said, if you would have been subscribed, you would have clicked the notification bell. You would have got the email when we did go live to report that Billy Joe got 8 million. So, he and his dad can lick those wounds happily. $8 million is $8 million, as Michael Coppinger called it. Life, what is it? Life changing or set? What do you say? Set up for life money. He's set up for life. So they all right. Tom's only got shoved. It wasn't like fell on his bum. No biggie. Wasn't that big a deal. He got right back up too and got back in the mix of things. Lively old guy. He was up. Yo, where my man X at? Yo. Let me give him my messages. X, where you at? Where you at? Nothing yet. All right, I'm waiting. I'll keep waiting. Where we going then? Let's go to the super chat. Who we got? Looking like candy. Salim 501 says, the Dawsa is not the same without illegal hand wraps. We'll see. I mean, I don't want y'all to go down that route. Let's imagine the third fight happens and Wilder does win. Don't assume it's because he didn't have hand wraps. Look at the tape. Wilder's making adjustments, man. He's making improvements. And you see that Malik he put a boomerang on his story yesterday where he's showing you he's watching the tape. That's why I'm like, is this fight happening with AJ Fury or is it happening with Fury Wilder? Because Malik Scott and Wilder, they're training and they're watching tape of the last fight. That's what Malik showed on his story. Let me see if it's still there. You know, he posts. Yeah, look. Yeah, here we go. This is him watching the tape of the fight. Let me see if I could go back. See, so he put hashtag 2-time, right? Look, there it goes. He's watching the tape. He's letting you know we studying over here, we working. Then he put 2-time because he like, all right, I got the magic recipe. I know what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? He's watching the tape, and now look, they're gonna take a picture of him watching the tape. You know, that was a video. Look. He's watching. This is Tyson Fury talking to him. Let me go ahead and put this on for you. Where's that one at? Oh, did it disappear already? Is it in the story only? Maybe it's in the story. Let's see. There we go. Shit got me on a wild goose chase to find out.
And so is Deontay Wilder. And I'll fight both of them one after the other on the same night and smack them round like little pussies what they are. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And once I've got his heart and his mojo, they're right here in my pocket. So if you want them, Deontay, come and fight the Gypsy King and come and take what I've got belonging to you. Malik Scott's a bitch. And so is Deontay Wilder. And I'll fight both of them one after the other on the same night and smack.
Well, there you go. So Malik is like, oh, all right. You could talk that talk, but I'm walking the walk. You feel me? And this is Alabama. So he's now training his son in Alabama at the Wilder gym. And this must be before he deals with Wilder. He's working with his son in Alabama at the parking lot. That's the parking lot of the gym. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yo, where is my man X? Man, X, where you at? So let's see what else we got on the story. We got a daily, see, told you that was a gem. We got to daily check this thing out because, you know, it's going to keep us informed. All right. So we got that, but that's an old pick. Complete fighter. Mike plus McCullum equals sufficiency. Telling you, he watching tape. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where he's at or what is on their mind, but it doesn't seem like they're not training for no freaking Charles Martin, that's for sure, man. Looks like they got Fury on their minds, is what it looks like. And yeah, you know. Just remember, if you're not 18 and older, you shouldn't be on Malik Scott's Instagram. Don't have your mommy catch you watching his Instagram. It's not safe. I think we got, is that you, Coach? No, it's not. What in the world? Is he having trouble or something? Let me go to my messages here. Still, oh, I hear somebody. No, that was Enrique joined by mistake. Where you at, Coach? All right, well, look, in the meantime, we'll get to some callers and open it up while we wait for the coach.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
So remember, man, I'm looking for your thoughts on the Fury situation. What do you think you would have done in that situation? Did he do the right thing in that situation? Is Dillian right by calling him a coward? Or is he wrong? And also, who do you think that, you know, they are training for, right? Like, it looks like they're in camp for somebody. Let me try and call X like straight up without the group, because I don't know what's up with my man. He got his turned off then. You're going to have to wait till you turn it on. Send him a message here, though. Anyway, we going out to Ohio Runs Boxing. What up?
What's good?
What up? What up? Good morning.
Man, no, man, you nailed it on the head. A lot of people don't understand the situation, man. When you assume you're gonna do something, and when you're in those same shoes, it's totally different. A lot of people don't get that, man. You gotta, it's hard to just judge that. And I remember a story that happened to me, and I can share it real quick, man. I remember I used to say I would act totally different to it, but when it happened to me, I didn't do nothing because I thought about my job, my son. Make a long story short, I walked in on my woman sleep with another man.
What?
And bruh, yes, hold on. I popped up on her stuff over her crib at 3 in the morning. I had an instant. But hold on, I didn't do nothing there.
How you ain't do nothing?
Bro, I thought about because I knew what I was going to do.
Whose house was it?
It's her.
Oh, it's her house. Yeah, you would have got. You can.
Yeah. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but the point is, I still had a right to be upset and pissed, but I didn't make that move. I didn't snap. I was gonna hurt that man. Had a pistol on me. I could have did anything, bro.
Wow.
So I didn't do that because I thought about my situation. And sometimes everybody who say they react this way and react this way, you know, listen, when you in that light and when you in that situation, it's not the same. That's what Dillian Whyte don't understand. It's not the same. It's easy to say that from afar. But when you actually in those shoes, it's a totally different situation, man. And that goes the same thing with these boxers and these that's on these injuries, man, that get hurt, face broken, and you sitting there ain't never put on gloves in your life talking about, man, I'm a fighter, I'm a warrior. You ain't never put on gloves. Some of these cats are saying that ain't never even stepped in the ring. Like, really? But that's my call, man.
For sure, man. Yo, I'm with you. You know, if your brain works that way, like, because, you know, sometimes when people see red, they see red, man. It's hard to calm them down. You know what I'm saying? So those are the people that would have reacted right there. Like, yo, your brain works in another way. You know, I mean, at this age, I know my shit working like that, man. I ain't jumping on nobody at this age. I'm done. Listen, I'm done. I've been arrested and convicted 7 times for fighting in the street. I'm done. You ain't gonna catch me fighting in the street unless you smack me. You gonna have to do me like Derek Chisora did Vitaly to get me to hit you in the street again. That shit's just not happening. You know what I mean? So I get him. I get you, bro. But whoa, that was a doozy right there. Shit, man. Dudes is disrespectful. That was wow. All right. So if you're on Blog Talk, which there are about a dozen, make sure you hit that numero uno. Let me know that you're talking. You know, you ready to voice your opinion. You ready to let us know how you feel about this particular topic. Dillian Whyte labeling, calling Tyson Fury a coward for not defending Tom Saunders. But it's like I said, man, Tom Saunders ain't Tyson's Fury, man. Family. Tyson Fury posted who his family is. Yeah, you know, that's what he's worried about. You see he was in Vegas and they posted some or Miami and they posted some raunchy pictures on the Sun, and right away he came out this morning to defend his family and make sure Paris knows he ain't out here playing no games. That's who he's worried about. He ain't worried about nobody else. He worried about his own family. So you know. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody, you got to tend to their own. You know, everybody got to tend to their own. Let me go on out to Emmanuel. What up, baby? Jay Will in Ohio with the hella background noise. Emmanuel, que lo que?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, on that situation, I think Fury did the right thing. He digs the states. Someone's calling you or what?
Will in Ohio with the hella background noise. Emmanuel, que lo que? Hey, man,
You hear me?
I do hear you, but we just got Coach Xavier Miller on right now, so let me go ahead and handle that, and I will come back to you without a doubt. Coach, man, good afternoon out there in the UK. How are you?
I'm good, Ness. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm. You know me, man. I love what I do, so it's every day is a great day, and I moved to this perfect state, so I wake up with great sunshine, man. So we're talking actually, your fighter. I mean, you was listening to the show. I heard the background. You know what Dillian.
Yeah, of course.
You know what Dillian said, and we're asking ourselves, is he right? Because I'll tell you, it's not like we didn't report on Tom, getting pushed around. And I said it while watching it, like, wow, Fury's not gonna help. I didn't call him a coward, but I was shocked to see that he and his own brother didn't jump the barricade to at least stop that old man. I mean, how old is Tom Stein? He's got to be at least 50. He's being rolled around like that. So I don't know. Do you think Dillian has a point, or is it more like we're saying this is America, and Tyson is a registered fighter. He could have found himself in a very sticky legal situation had he jumped that barricade and let hands go. Do you think he made the right decision?
No, I don't think he did. I think if you see someone that in a situation like that, I think your first instinct is to go and help them. I mean, things can go bad really, really quickly. I mean, the way he was wrestled to the floor, I mean, if one or two people had decided to jump in after that and started to do more damage, then God knows what could happen. I mean, he's a big guy. If he had he doesn't have to jump. All he has to do is step over the barrier and say, listen, stop. That's who he is. He didn't do anything. He just allowed this to happen. So I agree with Dillian. I think it was, obviously I'm not going to use those words because I'm not there at the time, but we've got a very, very close-knit team. And, we're not going to stand back and watch anybody get into themselves in a situation like that. You're not saying you're going to jump in and it's going to start being like people are going to start swinging hands, but you're definitely not going to stand around and watch someone in a situation like that. That's not going to happen with us. That won't happen.
So in America, we have first and middle names. In the Dominican Republic, where my parents are from, they use both last names. So for my mom, it would be like Morales Gibbs, not just my dad's name, Gibbs. Is Dillian taking a shot at Fury by calling him Luke, which is the middle name, or is it in the UK? In the UK, is it different? And do you guys use the middle name more than the surname? I mean, the first name.
I mean, they've known each other for quite a while, so I don't know what they know about each other, but yeah, he's definitely calling him one of his names. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like most people have got a middle name, so he's probably. I don't know why he's doing it. Maybe that's what he refers to him as. I don't know.
But is your middle name Xavier, and do you have another name that I don't know yet, or is your first name?
No, my first name is Xavier, and my surname is Miller, but I do have a middle name.
Okay. Yeah. But no one calls you by your middle name, though.
No one does. No, I've actually got two middle names, but no one calls me by those names because I just don't really use them. Just obviously, when you're born, your parents give you names, and then that's it, really. So I think that's one of Tyson Fury's middle names.
Do you know if Dillian Whyte's like a Star Wars fan?
No, I am.
Okay. No, I just figured he's calling him Luke, like, Luke, I am your father. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. I'll have to ask him about it. I'm not sure.
So he also said that if Luke weren't a coward, he would have fought him in an eliminator. When were they ordered to be in the fight? Do you remember that? Because I know you weren't with Dillian for the whole time.
Yeah, during that period, I wasn't with Dillian, but, Dillian's been in a situation where he's got himself in a position where he should have been challenging for titles, and people have decided to go a different direction. So, you can volunteer, but no one wants to volunteer to go and fight Dillian at the moment. So, if you've got a belt, so they've got history though. So obviously, it's deep rooted.
So what's the mindset been with Dillian? Have you guys spoken since the fight? Is he still taking some time off, or are you guys back in the gym already?
Oh no, we both straight back to work. We're workers. He's working out there in Portugal. I'm just getting things ticked over my end. I'll be going out there again soon. As soon as we've got another date confirmed. and I'll be taking 2 or 3 of my fighters with me out to Portugal and carry on training. So it'll be the same as last year. You know, we're just working. We're working. We want to be busy.
And do you have like, I guess like a time frame, a month where you think he wants to be back in the ring?
Yeah, I mean, Dillian always wants to fight, so you know he'll want to get back out as soon as possible. I would like him to be out again, maybe, you know, July sounds good, August sounds good, but there's a lot of dates flying around at the moment. There's a lot of big fights being talked about, so obviously, you know, you can't have too many at the same weekend. So you know, we just have to see what happens. But yeah, you know, as soon as that call comes, I'll be ready to go.
There are a lot of big fights being talked about, and you mentioned the month of August. A lot of rumors that Luke Fury versus Anthony Joshua may happen. Do you believe that that's going to happen? Because you got guys like Frank Warren and Bob Arum kind of, you know, pushing different narratives in the media. I don't know. Do you think it's going to happen?
At this moment in time, there's been too much talk, man. It's actually, to me, it's almost to the point where it's a boring conversation.
I said the same thing. I'm already like when they finally announce it, I don't know that I'll be excited. Like obviously I'm gonna watch it, and as the time gets nearer, I'll get excited. But I don't know when the announcement comes. Exactly. Would I be excited?
And I mean, there could be a variety of different reasons why it hasn't been announced. I mean, I'm in the same situation as everybody else. What's happening with Wilder? You know, he's contracted to have that third fight. So what is happening there? I honestly don't know. Everyone's got their own theories on how things are supposed to be going, but no one really knows apart from those guys dealing with that situation right now. But if it was that clean cut, we would have been. I
think it's obvious though. I think we've heard enough from Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn that suggests in order for Wilder not to be an issue in the AJ Fury fight, he would have to be paid some sort of money. No one's made any reference as to how much, but they've both insinuated that he would have to be paid. And without this alleged site fee that Frank won't allow Fury to sign the contract until the proof of funds are there, you know, so I'm assuming the site fee will take care of Wilder. It's like silence Wilder. Here's the site fee. Let's get the fight. But it looks like Malik Scott is training for Fury. Have you seen his story? He's like watching tape of Fury, and him and Wilder looking good. Have you seen those clips of him and Wilder?
Listen, I watch and look at everything.
Oh, great.
Remember, listen, I've got one of the best heavyweights in the world. Of course, you know they're all rivals as far as I'm concerned. We could be getting a fight with any of those guys. So of course, I'm watching what they're doing.
Great.
Now, I'm not one of these people. I'm not one of those coaches that come on the channel and start saying I don't watch tapes of fighters or I know what to do. You're lying. Yeah, you do, because you've got an interest.
So what did you think? What did you think of this latest one? It's 2 days ago where Wilder's like doubling up to the body and fainting, and then you got Malik watching tape of Larry Holmes. It looks like they're training for Fury.
Listen, the things that he's doing in that clip, obviously he should be doing that a long time ago. I mean, that's pretty
true.
Standard to me.
It is standard, but doesn't it, I guess, I mean, like, you're a rival trainer, so I guess it wouldn't excite you. But for those people that were saying he didn't have fundamentals, he's looking fundamentally more sound now, technically more sound. And I mean, a technically sound Wilder should be a more dangerous Wilder, right? I mean, I actually put side by side yesterday of footage that I went to see, I got from him in Alabama, hitting the bag too. I mean, just the footing looks different. The balance looks different. Or maybe I'm such a fan that I'm like wanting to see major improvements, because you are the trainer. You're saying, it's normal stuff.
I mean, listen, because I spent, it takes years and years and years to build a fighter. And obviously because of the amateur experience that I had, these things that you're seeing in these clips, they're like what we do, like, when you first get a guy in the gym. I mean, you're supposed to be working on footwork. You're supposed to be hitting the heavy bag. This is normal. So those things, I don't see anything, there's nothing there to say, well, he's doing something completely different to me. To me, he should have always been doing those things. And I'd be surprised with how long he defended his belts that he wasn't doing those things.
But that's the thing, though. If he made it to what is it, 41 and
I
0?
say belts, sorry, not belts.
If he made it to like whatever his record is right now, and didn't do all of this, he's got to be more dangerous now that he's doing all of this. Working to the body. Because again, this is a man that was in love with his power, right? Like you got to be, he's like, you got to be perfect for 12 rounds. You know, I only need 1 second. So he stepped away from the traditional training, I guess.
And he's still got that. You know, that power, he's still young. That power is always going to be there. It's always going to be devastating. It's always going to be a problem. It's there. You know, and if he can add on, then fine, then do it. But listen, every boxer, every full-time professional boxer should be in the gym every day working on their craft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be. You know, it shouldn't just take a loss for you to do that. You know, you're in the gym every day. If you're just going in the gym every day and just doing what you want to do, then you're not going to get better. So, and I go on to this about that with my guys all the time. You know, you have to improve because everyone else out there is doing the same thing. They want to get to the top.
So now you're saying you wouldn't have been upset with Dillian if he would have jumped the barricade and started going, you know, bad man on these guys.
I wouldn't encourage anybody to start swinging, but definitely, you know, these are big guys. You know, you see a heavyweight that size coming in and saying, listen, you know, stop. Even if you're a big security guard, you're going to be thinking twice about getting physical with someone that size. You know, so that's all he would have had to do. He could have intervened. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, it's okay standing behind the barricade and screaming almost like instructions, but your presence would have been more beneficial at that point to me. You know, obviously, listen. These are professional boxers. You can get yourself in all sorts of trouble. You know, you get involved in a situation like that and you start swinging. That's different. But to stand back, no one in our team is going to do that anyway. But I can't speak on another man. I can only talk about our circle.
Mm-hmm. So Dillian is back as the WBC interim. Do you still want to see him continue this path that he's been taking of not waiting and fighting top 10 contenders, or has the Povetkin fight maybe changed the way you guys do things moving forward?
Definitely not change anything. I mean, like I said with the first fight, to me, the improvements were clear in the first fight. He was boxing better than, you know, he'd been boxing for a while to me. You know, he was patient. You know, his defense looked good at times. You know, his jab was really good. You know, he was breaking up Povetkin, dropped him twice, and he made a fundamental mistake. And then in the rematch, he's taking care of business to me. That's a career best performance to me. To get rid of Povetkin in 4 rounds is, you know, that's unbelievable. It's a great performance. So at the moment, you know, we're in a very, very good place. And, you know, I want another good fight, another tough fight. I mean, Dillian is, you know, he wants to win a world title. You know, what's the point of going down too many levels and then having to pick yourself back up again when you're going in at the top? No, we want good fights, entertaining fights. Dillian just likes to fight. You know, he's not the kind of person to duck or dodge people. Everyone should know that and appreciate that by now. What more does he have to do to tell people that? You know, he's a real one. He's got a very, very good CV. And he'll continue doing what he's been doing. He's not going to change it.
Now, he mentioned a few names. Trevor Bryant, WBA regular. He's mentioned as a coming to America fight. Is that still something that he wants to do, or did he mean Trevor would be coming to the United Kingdom for that fight?
We'd love to go to the States. We'd love to come over there. That's something that I'd really love to do. I mean, that would probably be one of my first choices, but obviously it's not up to me. You know, Dillian managed his own career and he's got a team around him.
When you say one of your first choices, do you mean first choices would be to come to America, or first choices would be to come to America to fight Trevor Bryant?
Come to America.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I would definitely like to do that.
And how realistic do you think the Trevor Bryant fight is, being as though, you know, he's with Don King, so, you know, I mean, it seems very hard for Lovejoy and Mahmoud Char to get a fight.
Never spoke to Dillian about those names, to be honest with you. But if that name comes up, more than happy.
No. I mean, what do you think the possibility of Trevor Bryant really happening? Or you mean you didn't hear that name, Trevor Bryant?
No, me and Dillian not. We haven't spoke about that. We haven't actually spoke about any names.
I think he said it in the post fight. I'm pretty sure he said that in the post fight.
Yeah, but we've come off obviously two back-to-back fights to Povetkin. and some very long training camps. Obviously, dates kept changing. So, we got the victory, and everyone's taken a little break away from not too long, but maybe I think Dillian maybe took about a week off, and he was back in training already. But in terms of talking about boxing and where we're going forward, that's down to Dillian and his team. They just call me, and I'm just a coach.
For sure. So he did have an opinion on Andy Ruiz's performance with Areola, and called him a waste man. Said since he couldn't get Areola out of there, that he can't fight. Basically he's a waste man, and that he would knock out Areola, or that he should knock out Areola. I don't know. I don't want to misquote him. One of the two. Did you see what your fighter said, and which one was it? Did he say he should knock out Areola just to show us, or that he would be able to knock out Areola?
Yeah, I watched the fight. I mean, obviously, when the fight was announced, my first thoughts were, this is a showcase for Andy Ruiz. This is like,
yes,
I'm taking boxing seriously now. I've got a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see major improvements, and we'll pick the right kind of opponent to make us look good. I think that, to me, that's what I was feeling in the build-up.
Mm-hmm.
But this just goes to show you, this obviously Areola got himself in good shape. Had a very good game plan. I mean, was it Goosen he had in the corner? Was Joe Goosen?
Yes.
Yeah. You see, listen, a lot of experience. They obviously knew what they were doing. They obviously studied and went out and did their best and put up a decent performance. I thought. In terms of rounds, I don't know. I wasn't really judging the rounds like I wasn't watching the fight. I just thought it was competitive going back and forth, like especially the first half of the fight. The second half, not too much. But
how many rounds did you give Areola?
I didn't score the fight, I just actually watching it because I thought it was fun. I didn't think it was going to be I didn't think it was going to be a good fight. But then when it turns out it was a good fight, I was glued to the TV. I didn't expect it to be that competitive, should I say? So yeah, it was interesting. In the end, it was interesting.
So
but don't put Andy in with Dillian. I told you it will happen already.
You said put Andy in with Dillian?
Don't do that. I told you what we do to Andy. I've told you already. Come on, Ness. I've told you. Come on.
I don't know, man. Dillian gasses.
You keep batting for Ruiz and Wild. Listen,
Dillian gasses, man. Listen. Dillian gasses, and the thing is, he loves his left hook. So now you're gonna be hooking with a hooker whose hands are faster than you, and everybody thinks it's easy from the outside, but like heavyweights don't throw combinations. So Ruiz is throwing combinations all the time.
Dillian throws combinations.
Dillian
is one of the most active heavyweights.
But 1-2s, he throwing 1-2s, whether it's right hand, left hook, or
you need to go watch him again. You need to go watch
Dillian. Andy's throwing that 1-2-3. That shit's like yo.
Don't worry about Andy and his hand speed. Don't worry about Andy.
And then he ducks under.
Andy will sit down. Don't worry. He'll sit down. Don't worry.
No, I'm sure. Areola put him down. Everybody's putting this guy down. I'm sure he might be like the heavyweight version of Tito Trinidad and shit, where he's got to get knocked down to get back into the game. But that's a bad thing.
He's fundamentally good. I actually thought he won when he fought Parker. I actually gave that fight to Ruiz. So
I didn't. I actually went back and watched it because I wanted to convince myself that he could beat Joshua. And rewatching the Joseph Parker Andy fight, I said, man, there's no way Andy beats AJ. Then he freaking beat AJ. You know what I mean?
You see how boxing goes.
I know, it's crazy. I just felt like Joseph Parker outboxed Andy with a jab. It was just a lot of jabs.
More spectacular shots were coming from Andy Ruiz in that fight to me.
I mean, I can see that, but I also seen him eating so many jabs that I felt like he was not the ring general. All
right, how did you score Parker beat Chisora the other day then? How did you score that one?
I had Parker winning. I know a lot of people felt like Chisora, that was just an early knockdown. Other than that, he got control with a jab as well. The jab. Parker's pretty decent with that. I thought he was going to lose to Junior Fa. I know Junior Fa personally. I watched him spar a lot of good heavyweights.
That was a terrible fight.
He didn't perform. Oh my God!
No one's ever gonna go back and watch that fight. Nobody ever.
I was talking about Junior 5 for like 3 years. I can't believe he shit the bed with Parker, man. Parker wanted it more.
Them bright lights, Ness. I tell you, not everyone's built for them bright lights, I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. We talked about that just a few seconds ago, man. That phrase is big in boxing, and you're right. Not everyone could perform. They say they can. And then, they get under those lights.
These guys get in the ring with Canelo. They all think it's going to look a certain way. And then when they get in there, they look different.
Yes.
They look different.
Look, before we go to Canelo, which I want to get to, obviously he's, Tom Saunders got shoved at his fight. I do want to talk about Daniel Dubois, who did suffer the same sort of fracture, orbital bone damage that Billy Joe suffered. He's coming back versus Dazn, who's a common opponent with Big Baby Miller, and I think Pulev maybe beat Dazn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Pulev. So he's coming off of 2 wins, and they're putting him in with Daniel Dubois, who's coming off of his loss with Joe Joyce. How do you think Dubois does? Because the injury always kind of leaves that stigma as to, is he gonna be 100%?
It's hard to say, isn't it? I do like that he's going with somebody
credible,
with some resistance that's a little bit credible. Yeah, because he could have easily just picked on any opponent to see where he is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this tells me that he's quite serious about his career. He wants to see where he's at this stage, and he was a good prospect up to that point. I mean, Joe Joyce just really turned up that night. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got. I mean, he's so young. We don't want, obviously, someone to get an injury that's going to end their boxing career this early. I mean, we don't want that. So obviously, we want to see him do well.
Do you think that his injury, it could be like Kell Brooks, or is it something that we just got to see?
Yeah, that kind of ruined Kell Brooks' career, man, especially with that Golovkin fight. You just don't know. But everyone's mechanics is different. We just don't know. It's hard to say. I hope not. I don't want anyone's boxing career to be ended that way. So wish them all the best, man, all of them.
And as far as this is going to be Mark Tibbs' first fight with Dubois?
Yeah.
Did you see that from the outside and was like, damn, I wanted that assignment. I would have loved to take on that project of bringing him back, or were you never interested in the possibility of training a Dubois?
Definitely not. That wouldn't have interested me at all. I've got one of the best heavyweights in the world. I mean, this is everybody loves heavyweight boxing. I've got one that's on the verge of challenging for a world title. Why would I want anything else? I've already got a good stable of fighters. So no, I would. That's not an assignment I would have been interested in at all. There's other guys that I look at and say, yeah, that's an interesting assignment. But no, it wasn't ever interested in that assignment at all. Never.
Wow. Okay, so you don't look at things like, I can fix that. Or do you only say that if you see the potential, and you're saying you don't see the potential in a Dubois?
I see the potential, but I don't see
world champion
a project for me, because all my time is invested in only one heavyweight, and that's Dillian Whyte. I'm not interested in any other heavyweight.
Okay.
Dillian is he's worked really hard to get where he is, and I want him to get an opportunity to fight for a world title. So I wouldn't have time to go and spend with another heavyweight. Dubois needs someone to give him full-time attention, especially where he's in his career right now. Because, like I said, if he'd beat Joe Joyce, he would have been right in the mix. So, but he's had to come down. He's got to build again. So yeah, I'm not looking to do that. To honest with you, I spent years building fighters through the amateurs. I'm happy with what I built, and I'm happy with where I am right now in my coaching career.
Got it. We got a question here from Steve in the UK that says, hey, Coach, thanks for coming on the show. People, Eddie Hearn and others, say that the corner stopped the fight. As a coach, if one of your fighters comes back to the corner and tells you, I can't see, would you consider that as their way of telling you they no longer want to continue? I don't see how what Billy Joe Saunders and Dubois did are any different. I think they both made the right decision, but somehow Billy didn't quit as Mark Tibbs made the decision, but as far as I'm concerned, a fighter saying something like, I can't see, is the same as taking a knee. What say you? And he's not done. Just for the record, my opinion is fighters should not have to go out on their shield for entertainment of the fans. If they feel they've had enough, then only they can make that call. Calling a fighter a quitter is nonsensical and downright disrespectful, in my opinion, and the majority of the people who fold after taking one shot, regardless of whether their face is broken or not. Once again, thanks for coming on the show, Steven in UK.
Big up, Steve. Yeah, me try and... I mean, what I would say first is, this is a different generation. You know, I'm coming from watching fighters from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I think the safety of the boxer in this generation is a lot more evident than what it was back then. You know, we really are putting the fighter's safety first.
Yeah.
You know, back then you've got fighters like, I mean, go back to Holyfield Bowe in the first fight. Holyfield's eye was a mess. As he had to fight through the whole, practically like last 6 rounds with that injury. You know, Gatti again, both eyes practically closed against Rodriguez, came back and knocked him out. You know, Eubank beat Carl Thompson. His eye was an absolute mess in that rematch. You know, I think he fought the last 5, 6, 7 rounds with that injury. It was expected of you to go through whatever the pain barrier was in boxing back then to me. Now, it's different. You know, the first thing people will say is, well, if you let the fighter continue, you could have gone blind. Or they shouldn't have to go through that, you know, that sort of pain barrier just to entertain you. It's just a different generation. So, of course, it's going to be looked at different. I thought Mark Tibbs had a very, very easy decision to make the other day. Very easy. Because the fighter comes back and tells you, you can't see.
Oh.
Now, if you tell me you can't see, my decision is easy. I'm just going to say, ref, listen, this fight's done. You know, there are other fighters that even if they do have a problem, they won't tell the coach that because they don't want to be stopped.
I wonder how that was, because he got punched and it didn't swell. It just was like, he was like, with his eye closed, there was like a little cut under it. And, you know, you didn't know that the damage was that severe. It's a tough situation.
But again, until you've actually had an injury like that, you probably wouldn't know exactly how it feels. Maybe when he got hit with that shot, he must have known straight away, this is major. Who knows?
Well, actually, he fought through it. He fought through it. He defended until the bell rung. Like, he didn't just take a knee. He could have like, whoa, this is major, took a knee. Like, what the fuck is this pain? You know, I can't continue. But he actually defended, waited for the bell to ring, walked to his corner, and they, you know, made the decision there. So
exactly.
The
only mistake he made, and I keep saying, people, listen, be careful what you say because you're going to be held to it. You know, you wanted to make comments. You mean
what he said about Dubois?
You wanted to make those comments about Dubois, and then now you're in the same situation. That's why sometimes don't talk too much. You know, because you don't know what's going to happen when you've got to be in that situation. You know, I'd say 9 times out of 10 fighters, they don't want to be stopped. They just want to keep fighting. You know, it's for us to. We're there to save them. You know what I mean? That's our priority. Is to look after our fighters. You know, you should know your fighter. Mark's known. I think he's known Billy for a long, long time because I think his dad used to be Billy's head coach. I think when Billy won his first world title, I think it was Mark Tibbs' dad. That was the coach, and I think Mark was the second then. So they've obviously known the guy for a long time. So you would know when your fighter sits down whether they want to continue or not, or whether they can continue or not. So respectfully, I'll leave it in their court.
How did you see that fight?
I honestly, this commentary sometimes is just honestly laughable. I did not see a competitive fight at all.
Tell me about it.
I didn't.
I thought they were calling me a fanboy, but I'm like, yo, why are they giving Billy these rounds?
To me, boxing is, listen, and people are obviously going to say, well, okay, you did it at amateur level. Me and the other head coach, we used to be judges on the amateur level. We wanted to know what it was like to be a judge. So we took the course and we judged amateur bouts. Now, obviously, we're in a better position than someone who's never done it. So if we're watching fights now, to me, it's always been about scoring clean, effective punches. The only person that was scoring clean, effective punches to me was Canelo. And I think that as a coach, me watching the fight and dissecting it, I think the first 4 rounds, I think Canelo was controlling the action quite easily, and Billy was quite defensive. So what I think Canelo did was he allowed him to come back into the fight so he can try and land a clean shot. That's the way I was reading it when watching the fight. So when Billy started getting a bit of success, I think around maybe the 5th or 6th round, to me that's because that's what Canelo was allowing him to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it looked like he knew the kind of shot that he wanted to land, and he was landing them body shots early to slow this guy down. So to me, I don't know what. So sometimes you have to be careful with this commentary and use your own brain, use your eyes. It wasn't. To me, it wasn't a competitive fight. I like Billy's jab, but his backhand was non-existent to me. There was nothing there. Mm-hmm. So you were never going to win that fight over there with just a jab. It wasn't enough. I was expecting to see a Billy Joe Saunders, honestly, that was using. That actually wasn't using the ring that much, but was using angles. That's what I was expecting. But that's not what I saw. Sometimes I saw him going back in a straight line.
No, he couldn't do it.
And plus for a southpaw, particularly a southpaw, I was surprised how much weight he had over his front foot. So he would jab sometimes, and if you've got that much weight on your front foot, then you're just going to dip down straight. Now you dip down straight against someone as classy as Canelo, they're going to find that shot through the middle. So I'm not sure what the plan was going into the fight. But, you know, listen, the guy's a 2-weight world champion. You know, most fighters will never achieve that. And you fought the best fighter in the world. So you can walk away with your head high and say, listen, I gave it a go. You know, and obviously...
He made the same mistake.
He might well go on to do more because obviously he was safe from taking any more punishment in that fight.
It looked like he made the same mistake as Lubin in the Charlo fight, where it was southpaw versus orthodox, and the southpaw kept trying to duck.
Dipping in.
Yeah,
exactly.
He got caught with that uppercut, man. How do you think that people can handle that mental pressure? Because when the first round kicked off, you know, Billy was active with his jab, but
he still lost the round.
I wasn't giving him as much credit because I can see that it was Canelo mentally putting pressure on him. He was not even throwing punches. He's just in Billy's face consistently with the high guard, making Billy overwork, overexert, turning. I'm like, wow, this is an interesting fight. Like, I didn't think Billy was going to be that on pins and needles. But how do you think Plant will do? Because, I mean, he's obviously allegedly next if Eddie and Canelo can get it done. Does he stand a chance in your opinion?
I think Plant is fundamentally more sound to me. He doesn't have that heavy front foot, that way of his front foot. You know, his backhand is a lot more effective. It's a more interesting fight. But Canelo is one of those fighters, one of those rare fighters that when you get in the ring with him, he immediately has presence. He doesn't seem to have to do much.
Exactly. It's the mental pressure. He's just right there, and it's making them do so much, overexert. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's honestly, but if there's a lot of things you'd like to have naturally as a fighter. That's one of the main things you'd love to have is to have presence in the ring. He has it. Golovkin has it as well. You know, they just have this presence. They're not even really doing that much. Sometimes hardly doing anything, but they're still making you work. They're still making you move or making you think, which it can make you tired. So it's going to be difficult to beat that guy. I actually would like to see Charlo in with Canelo. I don't think he would freeze.
I think we're going to get that now, man. Eddie Reynoso keeps mentioning Charlo as the Charlos. So I think we'll get we'll get both of them, especially if Jermell undisputes. I think the storyline, I said it yesterday, should be Canelo give the little one a shot first, make people upset. Oh, he's cherry picking. But at the end of the day, it'll be undisputed versus undisputed. Right? Then you beat the little one. Then you beat the little one to upset the bigger one and build the storyline. The bigger brother, the one you should have fought, the one you ducked at 160, he's going to defend Jermell. If Jermell can't get it done, because leave it to Jermell, he thinks he's the better fighter, you know?
Well, as he should. He's a champion in his own right, so he shouldn't be giving credit to anybody else. He should think of himself as the man, definitely. But to me, the Charlo is definitely an interesting fight. Plant fight is definitely interesting, but Canelo, you can't. What can you say? I mean, he's fighting decent competition. The Andrade fight I would like to see as well. I would have loved to see that fight.
That's another storyline that came up yesterday. Ever since he's gotten all this publicity, if for whatever reason Eddie can't hammer out a deal with Al Heyman, would you be okay with, Canelo telling Andre, come up to 168, I'm going to shut your mouth?
100%. And I actually think he's actually doing the right thing. I mean, a lot of people are quite negative about what he did, but listen, if he needs to make noise.
Yes.
He needs to make noise for a while now, to me. He's a guy that I've been watching for a long, long time. He's very, very talented. He's got...
it is promoter problems, though. I mean, he can make all the noise he wants, but Eddie has to get him at least a name. I mean, he's been definitely 5 fights with Eddie, and he's gotten no... I mean, the closest thing to a name is Selecki, maybe, I think.
Yeah.
Since he's been with Matchroom. So, Eddie, I mean, you guys, on the other hand, but that's because Dillian sells pay-per-views. I think that Eddie finds him the right dance partners because Dillian is already an attraction out there, whereas, this is completely different. Andre isn't an attraction. And the biggest fight he would have had was Billy. That didn't happen for whatever reason, the nasal spray.
Yeah, but he is really talented, Demetrius, man. He is.
I don't know that he... I mean, I think that people are going to be very shocked when Canelo fights him. It's going to be very easy. I don't see Andre as this elite level fighter that everyone... I mean, how are you the best when you haven't fought in the best? And then you're fighting the rest, and you're not even doing... You're not looking the best. Like, you fight Luke... If Canelo fights Luke Keeler, it would look worse than Yeardom. But these dudes are fighting guys the level of Yeardom and making it like, what would happen if... What would the betting line be if Canelo picked Korobov next?
No.
Exactly. It's just like, but these guys...
But you obviously, know a lot more about Plant than I do. I mean, who are his big names on his resume? I don't know.
Jose Uzcategui, that he gets the same credit as Kell Brook did for beating Sean Porter, as Errol Spence did for beating Kell Brook. He's the mandatory, and he fought the champion at the time. Luckily for Plant, Uzcategui got famous for beating up Andre Durrell, and then the uncle punching him in the face in the ring. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So that made Uzcategui a more popular champion because he put a whooping on the contender so bad that the trainer jumped in the ring and stole him. So then Plant beat the boogeyman. He beat the puncher and dropped him twice. Then from there, it seems like PBC said, oh, we got something, and they gave him some cans after that. He got Mike Lee and then Feisenbutz, who was a mandatory, though. Feisenbutz, he earned his position. He was the mandatory. And I think that's it. I think he hasn't fought since
If you're a world champion, I mean, the only thing level to go to next is to fight an elite fighter, isn't it? I mean, where else can he go in his career? I mean, once you've actually reached that goal, you want the biggest names in the sport.
Yeah, but it's not that easy.
And we're not going to know how good he actually is until he comes up against someone like a Canelo. I mean, and to be fair, I don't see why Andrade can't fight Charlos, or I don't see why these other guys can't fight each other as well to make big fights. I mean, we're not just watching boxing to watch one fighter.
Yeah,
I mean, there's other big fights in the run.
It's Charlos for one. They the ones that don't want to fight Andre. They're having a grudge. I mean, I think it was Ronnie Shields too that told us, the trainer, that will never happen. I guess Al Heyman may have a grudge as well, because there was a contract once upon a time where Demetrius Andre was going to...
Oh, and he pulled out.
Yeah, so they're holding it against him is what it sounds like. Obviously Jamel and both Jamal have been vocal saying that they'll never give him an opportunity because he pulled out on Jamel's first title shot. But then most recently we interviewed Ronnie, who confirmed that Al was pretty upset he pulled out. So they'll probably never deal with him.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's why he's only going for Canelo then. Maybe he hasn't got any other options.
I mean, he's definitely tried to go for Charlo, and we want the Charlo fight. That would definitely make us demand a Canelo winner, But they haven't been able to get it done.
I like the Charlos though. I like their mentality, man. It's just they just permanently seem angry.
They're always angry. Yes.
They just want work, man. And they've been around a lot of people don't know they've been around a long time. A long time.
I don't know, man. I'm a little confused with the Jamal Charlo situation. Like, Jamel wants that work. He out here getting that work, but yo, that 160 resume of Jamal is crazy. I can't even believe who he's fighting next. I mean, Ronnie. Wow.
But Harrison was it's the one at 154 in that fought Harrison.
Yeah.
That was a great fight. Both fights are really good, but the second fight in particular was. I watch that fight all the time.
The
Harrison technically to me is beautiful to watch. He just
gets tired. He gets tired. I think
he switches off sometimes, but when you watch on the outside looking in, you're like, he can do a bit of everything. He's just so good to watch, man.
He said he gets bored. And that's probably true. Like, you start getting lackadaisical because you're doing so well, and then you maybe get caught. I don't know, but you're right.
Harrison, he's good. He's good. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah,
I do like Harrison.
His last fight was not a pretty sight.
I know. I only saw clips of it, man. I was like, because I was hoping one day we could have had the third fight.
Mm-hmm.
But after seeing that, I'm like, maybe it might be all over now, which is a bit of a shame.
So Edgar Berlanga, has that name run across your? Never heard of him yet? Okay.
No.
Okay.
What weight is he?
168. He's the guy that his knockout streak just ended. He was 16-0 with 16 KOs.
He's not the one that keeps saying I'm a monster.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay.
So most recently he seen Billy Joe quit and called him a pussy, a straight pussy. So I hit Keith Conley up, the manager.
Jesus.
And I said, Keith, would you put Edgar Berlanga in with Billy Joe off of a loss, first fight back? So Keith says, look, I'm not even going to answer it because Edgar didn't know. He had a broken orbital bone, and he's changed his statement since. That being said, that's just politically correct. Do you think Billy Joe could actually beat a Berlanga if he took him on his first fight back? But you just said you didn't watch him, though, right? You only know of him. You didn't watch him.
I've seen highlight reels of him. I've never watched the whole fight. I just keep seeing people dropping. But like again, there's the guys that he's dropping. There's Billy Joe Saunders. That's different level, isn't it? So no.
So then, if you're Billy, you're like, oh, this guy's only 17-0. He's a tune-up. He's only gone 8 rounds one time. He's a tune-up, right? Because people said, Ness, you'll never be a manager. How are you going to put Billy Joe with a broken orbital bone in there with his first fight back with Edgar Berlanga, who's this monster punch? I'm like, yeah, but who's he punching? Like, his caliber's his level. Billy's a 2-time champ. That has to count for something.
It's definitely not nowhere near as much as a big step as Kell Brook having to come down in weight after the Triple G fight to
fight Earl. Yeah,
it's not as big as that because I think that was a mistake. I think it was a major mistake after sustaining that kind of damage. But who knows? I mean, right now the guy's just he just needs to recover, isn't it? He's probably not even thinking about boxing at the moment. I mean, that's a serious injury. I mean, that could be a career-ending injury. So.
I was going to go right there. Michael Coppinger reported yesterday that Billy made $8 million for that fight, and that, he's always been vocal about the relationship with Daniel Kinahan, who brokered the deal with Eddie to get that $8 million, and rightfully so, because this might be a career-ending injury. Do you think because of the payday, he doesn't come back like, man, I made $8 million, I could just, that's it, ride off? Because that's double what Kell Brook made to get his face broke. Like, he only made $4 million versus Gennady.
It depends. A lot of these guys, they get to a point where, they've made a lot of money already, and then it comes down to their legacy, their desire, their love for the sport. A lot of guys are still boxing. Obviously, they want to get paid, but they want to leave a legacy behind. So it depends, how much he still wants to be involved in boxing. Doesn't come. I mean, I don't think he fights that regular. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. Billy he's not too active. He fights, once a year, things like that. He was looking for this, and that's why, people always thought he was looking for this big payday.
I don't know. I don't even know him, to be honest with you. I don't know Billy Joe, so can't really say. I don't know his character. No idea. So good luck to him, though. Had a good career, man.
I know you don't work with Fabio, but obviously him being a Dillian Whyte guy, you know.
That's my guy, man. I like, Fabio, man. Good guy.
So what's next for him, man? He looked good in his last fight. I believe it was with Molina. Any rumors, being as though you know his manager, Dillian Whyte?
No, I haven't heard anything. I mean,
because after you go Molina, it's gonna be hard to fight a Tom Little, right? So it's like, okay, where does he go next? I'm excited to know.
So he's in the same situation as Savage, though, isn't it? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next. Alan Babbage.
Yes.
They're both good guys coming up. You know, they've both been quite active. Obviously, Babbage had a little bit of an injury, so a setback for a few months, but good.
What about a Nathan Gorman? Would you like that fight, or is that a step back because he beat a Molina already?
I think that's a good fight. I mean, Nathan Gorman, I know he got beat by Dubois, but he's a good boxer. So,
decent boxer too for his weight. Like, I would have always liked to see Nathan Gorman with like Areola, Travis Kaufman, with our dad bod heavyweights. We got a few dad bod heavyweights that Gorman would match up good with, Like I said, Kaufman, Areola. Those are decent fights for Gorman, I think, on the state side.
Yeah, I mean, over time, these guys can eventually all get in with each other, at different stages of their career. I mean, when you go back and you look at the likes of Ray Mercer and Briggs and stuff, it's like a lot of times you wouldn't even know those guys before, But at some point when it's good for everyone's happy, these guys will all fight each other at some point.
Definitely. Listen, X, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on.
You're more than welcome.
Anything on Yusuf Kimura?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he'll be on Dillian's on the undercard of Dillian's next fight.
Oh, okay.
If not that, he'll be on a decent card. He'll probably be on a Matchroom card. Obviously he was really impressive. So really impressive on Sky. So he's in a really good place. We've known about the talent for a long time. We just wanted everyone to see it. I even spoke to you about Yusuf a couple of years ago. Baker doesn't really get stopped, especially at his own weight. So it was an outstanding performance. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him. I wanted to fight for a British title, and then move on from there.
Beautiful. We got one coming in from Hawk in Maryland that says TBV #1, Dillian Whyte versus Charles Martin. What do you think, Coach?
It's okay fight. Doesn't really excite me, to be honest with you.
Wow. That's funny that you say that when that was the rumored opponent for Wilder. So if Wilder comes back with Charles Martin, you wouldn't be excited?
Not really that excited, to be honest with you. But to be honest with you, he's had to work very hard, obviously since the Joshua loss. So
yeah,
he ultimately he probably deserve a big fight as well. I mean, like I say, listen, it takes a lot to get in there, man. These guys, he's got in with some decent competition, working his way back. So, yeah, I mean, but it's not a name that I had in my mind. If it comes up, then obviously, we're ready to go. But it's definitely not at the forefront of my head was a Charles Martin, I'll be honest with you.
Definitely.
I'm not going to sit and lie and say he was, because he wasn't.
Well, Coach, man, give out your social media for anybody crazy enough not to be following you can do so. And we thank you, obviously, for taking out the time once again to come on the show and talk some boxing with you, man. We hope to get you back on soon.
Of course, anytime, Ness. You know how it is, man.
Definitely.
It's just Xavier Miller, Xavier Miller Xavier Miller _IQ, and that's on Instagram. I don't really use anything else.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Take care, man.
Coach Miller. All right. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're talking a little bit of everything, but mostly Dillian Whyte calling Tyson Fury a coward for not helping Tom Saunders. And obviously, the trainer Dillian Whyte feels the same. If he or his camp get into a scuffle, it's all for one and one for all. You know what I'm saying? And usually that's how it is with your boys. You know what I'm saying? Me and Doomy go out, he get in a scuffle, I'm pretty sure I'm getting involved. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you just got to pick who you're around, right? Because, like, if they not your boys and they not your mans, then you ain't getting involved. And maybe you shouldn't be around when they get into this type of scuffle right here, the poor Sam, oh, get up. Oh, man, don't hurt that old man like that, man. Damn it. You know, and he's old too, man. And, you know, the more I look at it, it's unfortunate this happened the way that it happened. But listen, a lot of Billy Joe Saunders' team did jump in there to help out. A lot. So, you know, Fury didn't have to do it. He's from the outside. Hey, calm down, guys. Calm down. You know, don't do that, guys. Calm down. Yeah. Let's talk some boxing, man. We going out to Seattle, Washington.
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit up. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
You, Mr. PBC. In the place to be. Busy, bruh? Keem in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, what up?
Yeah. Okay, I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
He lying. He want to be on the phone on the show.
It was good. Man, it's been hard to get a hold of you, Ness. It's been crazy. Shout out to, Billy's team for stopping the fight, I ordered bone is pretty serious, When that happened to Danny Dubois, I was really shocked. That jab was just too much. Like I said, all it takes was a jab, man. But I forgot about sometimes he likes to get lazy, and sometimes he doesn't like to move, and that's what Floyd's number one blueprint was: move, jab, turn, angles, stiff jab. His jab was kind of lazy, but it is what it is. I took the loss like a boss. But I'm still with, it takes a jab, but Caleb Plant, I don't know if he has that movement that it takes, that Floyd imprinted. But we'll see. That's my call.
All right. Keene, Florida. No Keem. Got callers on Blog Talk. If you don't press 1, I don't know that you want to have fun. Hawk, I seen you press 1. You just got out the queue, so let me know what you trying to do. London runs boxing. Why you ain't post that, yo? Chicken shit. How you ain't gonna post the Tom Fury pushing? Like, y'all dudes be terrible, man. Terrible. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do so as we're trying to get to 120,000. Hawk, Maryland, what up?
Hello, yo. You got me, Ness?
I got you.
All right, Ness for God. That's for sure. Look, man, I see that Frank Warren accepted that offer from Hearn this morning, man.
Ain't nothing signed, man. Ain't no money. Ain't no money, ain't nothing signed. That shit, yeah. Frank said that himself. Ain't no money, ain't nothing signed.
No. Okay, now I heard that one yesterday, but this morning I'm saying the one where he said he signed it is going to be August 14th in Saudi.
This morning.
August 14th in Saudi is what they're saying.
Yeah, and then his next sentence is, he said it's still not signed as they are waiting on Saudi financial assurances. It ain't signed.
Ain't that a bitch?
Where the money, man? Show me the money.
Yeah, where the money at? I don't know why I had to go all around the world, though. I just don't get it. Them boys just don't got that popularity like they would have had if they were just always in America. America.
That's why they need to fight Wilder.
Yeah, but man, he do. Hey, Wilder looked sharp, didn't he? You know, if he could do that in the actual fight, my God, Wilder going to the body. What is it? Man, he had double body shots and everything. Hey, that's what I'm trying to see. And another thing, what you were saying about that Canelo, I didn't see Billy Joe win no rounds, man. All I saw was Canelo forcing him to do stuff, and he was doing stuff under pressure. Mm-hmm. He was like pressure just from being in the ring. Yeah, like just from being in the ring. And where's Hey, where's the praying matches? That's where I was going at about that fight.
He traveling over here. I got to pick him up today around 6. He was supposed to land at 12:30. Something changed.
Oh, okay. You coming back on later?
We gonna be yeah. We gonna be in studio for the next month, man. He gonna stay out here. We gonna get it in. We gonna start going to gyms and everything. So we got to turn it up. About to turn it up. I might pop up on Wilder. I might pop up on Wilder and see what he got to say. Be like, yo, I'm here. I'm here, man. You don't want me here? I'm here. What up? What up?
Hell yeah. I got a Wilder that mad anyway.
Yo, I should just drive to Bama. I gotta see how many. Let me see how far it is from this new house, man. Because I used to drive farther than motherfucker for his ass before.
Hell yeah, drop it on Wilder. Hell yeah.
Just pop up on his ass like, what up, though?
Hell yeah, man. Show him some love. Hey, look, Wilder, this is your own personal news source. Put his name way out there.
He's tight, man. I don't think he fucking with me right
now. Ain't Wilder.
Hey, yo, but Hawk, man, let me go ahead and get you to. Oh, look, it's only 10 hours this time, so I saved myself like 5 hours. That should say 600 miles. God darn. 600 miles. It's a 9 hour and 59-minute drizzle. If Jordan Baker take me, we popping up. Jordan got the the white Q5. What is it? Jordan got the Audi from what's my man name called? James Bond, man. He got 2. You know what I'm saying? He got the truck and the Batmobile coupe. So if he take me, we'll get there in like 5 hours. Then there's no problem. I don't know that Francis is gonna fit unless we go in the truck, but yeah, man. So listen, man, if you on Block Talk, don't forget to hit the 1. I see Davidian, you out the queue. You was in the queue. I see Juan and the BX over there. I think that's Ali and Dago. Natural Wiz, Hamilton, what up?
Yo, what up? What up?
What's good?
Not much, man. That's a tough call with the man, the Gypsy King. I mean, were they really boys or was he just there supporting him?
I mean, you fly in from another state. That's like friends, man. And Billy and him, I think, didn't Billy give him the white Bentley that I crashed? Like, I mean, I keep saying, it was my driver. I ain't got nothing to do with his drunk ass.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, if you're talking like that, then and the flight, well, they probably didn't pay for the flight, but still, like, yo, like, you're traveling with them, supporting them, then, yo, you see the man's, like, mom or dad getting, disrespected, and yeah, you jump in. It's like if it's my best friend, Jay Nice, and I see his dad getting roughed up by security, I'm jumping in. On site, on reaction, natural reaction, right? So that just basically shows you who the Gypsy King is. You know what I mean? Other than that, yeah, good show. That's my call, man.
All right. Yo. Now that I said that, I'm wondering what would happen if I just showed up to the gym like, yo, it's 5:30, bruh. Yo, what would happen? They'll be like, yo, you better get the fuck out of here for the champ come. I don't know. I'm wondering now. Should I pop up on them like, yo, let bygones be bygones, homie. We back. All right. Well, there's no more calls. I keep seeing people on Blog Talk, but y'all ain't pressing 1. They just love the sound of my voice. I do love to talk, but, we do need subject matter. And, like, there is no new super chats or callers. The engagement is stuck to the level of the original topic. But we do got a super chat from Donald Banks that says, shout out to Elliot Ness holding it down. Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. You already know. I don't know what happened to Mario. He been MIA, but I thought I told my man Show Kid about that. Show Kid also been MIA, though. I wonder what's up with that. Keem, what up? So now, Keem, you ready? I'm going to go out to you. If you want to call in, you know the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here. Voice of the people on. Don't forget, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation.
Wait a minute. You say you know boxing?
Yeah.
What is a
Maybe I don't know.
Tell me what a pool counter is.
Pool counter. I've never heard that term before. That must be your term. You must have been.
No, Fair Shake, HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
Oh, so Keem ain't ready. Call him not ready. We got Juan in the BX. What up?
Yo, good, Ness.
What up? What up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up, bro. But I think Dillian Whyte is correct. But I was Tyson Fury, I would have definitely probably choke slammed one of those fucking security guards right into the ring.
What was the
Hell yeah. Choke slammed the shit out that motherfucker. Laid a smackdown on his Rudy Poo candy ass. And then went around to, what was it? What's Saunders' father's name? Tom?
Yes.
Took Tom, put him on his shoulder, and dragged his ass right to the ring. Helped him carry his son out. Yeah, that's definitely, though. That's a reaction I would have had, though, for real. No jokes aside, I think I would have jumped in there, started laying the smackdown on everybody. Like, yo, what you doing touching my mans and them, bro? You crazy. But it's also true what you said, Ness. Once the age comes by and then you start thinking about family, the thing is that us New York people, sometimes we don't think about none of that shit. We just go crazy wazy, bro. Motherfuckers is violating this shit. But yeah, that's how I feel about that topic. Definitely jump in the ring and lay some smackdowns on everybody. Then take a couple of Steve Wises, drink them shits down, and be out of town. Anyway, good show, Ness. Like the interview. Homeboy, he wasn't talking crazy. He was actually real. Even though he's from the UK, he was telling the truth. Peace, my brother.
All right. Peace. We got Emmanuel going back to you. Sorry, champ. What's up? We owe you.
No doubt. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you a question. I haven't heard any give back from the British media or the American media. Do we really know for sure Billy Joe Saunders' face was caved in without any type of x-rays or any of that type of stuff? People are just taking the word for it.
I mean, yeah, he said he had surgery. I mean, you know, people normally take the word for it. Like, who's going to be like, yo, produce a x-ray photo? Like, you know, that's a little bit, I don't know. It is what it is.
Isn't it the promoter's job to like go with the fighter or go with the fighter's like narrative?
I mean, yeah, what? So you saying Eddie got an interview saying his face ain't broke?
I'm saying is, if people are getting on Billy Joe for quitting, he's not gonna say, "Oh, this guy didn't quit because his face got caved in." Is what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't hear Eddie saying that Billy quit. You know, Eddie's defending Billy, like, you know, they did the right thing and stuff like that.
So, well, all I'm saying is, there's no pushback. So everybody's gonna take the word of Eddie Hearn, who is friends with Billy Joe at this point, right?
Well, Billy said it. Billy said, you know, got out of surgery, you know, or I'm going to surgery, I'm having surgery done today, shit like that. Like, Billy said it.
Yeah. Well, that and another thing is Canelo instilling fear in people at this point just by breaking things all over the place?
I don't think he's putting fear. They still want the fight. They still willing to get broke too for that money.
Is it all going to be at 168, Nestor? Or is he going to have to go down to 160?
For now, I think it's 68. From what Eddie Reynoso says, I like to believe trainers know their fighters. He says that Canelo's going to stay at 68 for now. So whether that is only to undispute or to defend those undisputed titles, I think he's comfortable at 68. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people talking this Benavidez shit, but Benavidez is a kid and he ain't Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was able to win a world title at a young age. This dude ain't Mike Tyson. He getting dropped by dudes that y'all never even heard of. Imagine if Canelo touches little ass. And I like him.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. If it was up to you, you would say Canelo stay at 168. Even if Charlo wants to fight you, you got to keep.
Hell yeah! What I'm gonna go down there and get your belt for when I already got that belt? They gave you that belt because I ain't even want to be down there. So like, I'm not going down there to get that whack ass belt for what? But now if the zone entices them with money and says, "Look, man, you just undisputed. Please Please, his 40 million. Just fight Triple G for the last time for us. Then he goes down and he takes Triple G's 2 belts because he got the IBO and the IBF, right? So then you down there. You might as well undispute again. You might as well fight Andre. You might as well fight Charlo. There's no one left. You might as well be undisputed at 60. Take all them belts. You know, if you going down, but he ain't going down. If Triple G want that fight, he got to bring his old ass up. That's how Canelo gonna look at it. Like, you ain't the A side. What I'm gonna make weight for you? You come up here and gain weight for me.
So little Charlo is gonna go up to 168. That's what I'm confused about. I thought they were probably gonna. If little Charlo,
yes, because it would be him. It would be him doing what Mikey did, doing what Khan did, doing what Kelbrook did, doing what Sugar Ray did. You moving up, you daring to be great. You undisputed, I'm undisputed. You want a payday, I can give it to you. We seeing that shit right fucking now. Mayweather's out here starving dudes. Starving them. 2.5, 2 million, 1.5. This dude's giving you damn near $10 million or above for some people. Jacobs got 12.5.
Wow.
Kovalev's gets 14. Billy just got 8. Callum got 7.5. He offered Derevyanchenko 5.5 as a mandatory beltless. Man, dudes, that's why they waiting. Now we know why Charlo waiting for Juan Manuel Montes, whatever his name is. Because you got to stay undefeated so that you can get that Canelo payday, man.
So from what you're saying, then it's not likely he signs a double fight contract with PBC.
Man, I can't tell you what's likely or not. You know how these dudes move, especially Canelo. He's his own man. But if it was up to me, I would be telling Al, offer him everything under the sun. Give him Plant so he could undispute. Then offer him both Charlos with the narrative I said. The little Charlo first, the big brother defends. You know, if not, do Plant, Charlo, Benavidez, 3-fight deal. Like, he could. They got more than enough fighters to offer Canelo enough legacy fights. Legacy fights. Because, like, Eddie could say all he wants. But at the end of the day, Canelo said he not retiring until he 37. What the fuck Eddie got to offer him over there? Bivol? That's all you can offer. That's all you can offer is Bivol. Al could put a 4-fight deal together. Al could say, yo, Charlo. You know, or first Plant, because you want to be undisputed. If you beat Plant, we'll give you Lil Charlo. If you beat Lil Charlo, you get Big Charlo. You beat Big Charlo, you get Benavidez. Man, he could give him everything.
Wow.
There's no legacy for Canelo on Dazn. It's over. What are he going to do? Go back and fight Bivol and Andre? Well, I mean, he do got Bivol, Andre, Triple G. So they got 3 fights to offer him. But Bivol ain't a bigger name than none of the names we mentioned on the PBC side. Bivol ain't better than the Jamel, who's undisputed. Bivol ain't a better name than Jamal. Bivol ain't better than, I don't know, none of them names. He ain't better than none of them names. That's not bigger fights. For Canelo, the legacy is with the names I mentioned. Definitely not with fucking Andre and Bivol. Gennady, he already beat. So I don't know. It's really up to him. What up? Go for it.
Guess what? I heard you just made me remember something, and I don't think anybody talked about this during that whole press conference. Canelo mentioned, somebody said about in Spanish. He said, "Hey, you think you're ever gonna get respect for doing everything you're doing?" And then Canelo, he said in Spanish, he says, "You know what? I think I might get respect if I go to heavyweight."
Yeah, man, let's get it. He could beat Usyk.
That's crazy, but it's crazy, right? It's crazy that. That's what he's thinking in his mind.
That could be sarcastic. That could be sarcastic, meaning I will never get credit because I would never be a heavyweight. So, you know, it could be sarcasm. It could be sarcasm. But listen, let me get to some other people. I see people now talking about, let me get my call. Let me get my call. Who said that? Let's see. Yo, you know the number to call in if you want to voice your opinion. Right here, the Voice of the People hotline. King, what up? Background noise, King.
Yo, y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Let me get my intro, please, sir.
I guess he can't talk.
Yo, I don't get no intro.
I played that shit. You forgot?
When you played that?
Earlier. You just ain't listen.
Oh, all right. Now I'm in the
Man, we can't even hear
Can you
you.
hear me good now?
Nah, you sound like a guitar hero. Yeah, you going.
Oh, come on, man. Don't tell me that. I got full
There you
bars
go.
right
There you
now. You
go.
telling
You
me you
good
can't
now.
hear
You
me?
good now.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, now, hey, man, listen, Ness, if you see my pops getting jumped like that and you just stand there, bro, I mean, you going to have a problem, man. For real. I ain't saying you gotta go in there and drop kick nobody, but I mean, damn, you can't put your hand out and say, hey, bro, just chill, man. Hold on. You
He
know what I'm
did.
saying? Like, damn.
He did say
We
that.
ain't, man, he ain't say nothing. He's sitting there watching, bro. He ain't
Nah,
so
he
much
did
as
that.
lift a finger, bro. Nah, listen, man. So Tyson Fury steals the show, pulls up in the Versace on the jet, takes all of Billy Joe shine, watches his dad get stomped out, and then jumps on the plane and goes and has drinks with Adrian Broner. Don't even check on Billy Joe. Billy Joe in the hospital having reconstructive facial surgery.
Yo, how you know
Tyson on the
he?
jet back to Miami with
Yo,
Adrian Broner. Like,
He went.
man,
Yo,
worst friend of the year award goes to Tyson Fury, man. If one of y'all see my pops, especially you, Ness, like you say, you my mans, and if you see my pops getting stomped out and you don't do nothing, bro, we gonna have a problem, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, King, me and you different. See, we got a relationship. That's what Tyson has to decide. You know, he's the one deciding the value. But again, I'm not Tyson either. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyson can't punch or shove nobody and not get recognized. I probably could get away with it. Hopefully ain't nobody got their cell phone out when I pop somebody. Huh! You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the right hand and get low. Change my shirt. Movie style. You know what I'm saying? Because big ass Tyson, imagine Tyson hitting somebody. He ain't going nowhere, man. They know you. They know who you are. And if they don't know who you are, it's like, yo, the 7-foot white dude. Like, you can't go nowhere, man. You can't go nowhere. You can't hide from that. So I again, man, Tyson might have did the right thing, man. Yo, we would be talking the wrong headlines right now if Tyson be like, yo, Tyson got to show up to Dallas court. And yo, ain't Dallas Commonwealth? Where my Dallas people at? Is Dallas Commonwealth? Let these dudes know. Because if Dallas is Commonwealth, let me tell you, they would make an example. That's what Commonwealth do. They don't have no guidelines to follow. They make an example out you. Oh, you Tyson Fury. Oh, you think you Showtime, huh? Here you go. Lock his ass up for 5 years for that. And y'all all be like, how the fuck is that even possible? Commonwealth. They do what the fuck they want. Go ahead and let them make an example of you. Tyson did the right thing, man, especially in that state. I'm telling you. I need one of y'all people from Texas to tell me in the chat, is it Commonwealth? I'm pretty sure it is. So, you know, all of y'all need to move carefully when you visit Texas because that visit might stay long. It's not like your city or your county. It don't work like that. They do their own thing, I'm telling you. But until someone says I'm wrong, then it's a new number. All right, who we got? Chicago in the building. Chicago. I'm going to Chicago. Who this?
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What's
This is
going on,
Steve
brother?
from Chicago.
Who?
Hey, man, T's?
T's?
Yeah.
Like T-E-E.
C-E-S-S.
Oh, C's. Like Caesar.
There you go.
All right. What's up, C's? Talk to us.
Yeah, good question, man. I was going to ask your opinion. Like, I know we're talking about range of topics and stuff, but
Sorry,
wanted to ask you, we all talking about Fox and Plant. Don't you think that maybe Steven Espinoza might come in low-key and, like, outbid everybody?
Oh, absolutely.
You know he's working with Heyman.
Absolutely.
Do you not think he's going to flex and say, hey,
But it'll be the
I
same
got
fights,
them,
though. It'll
you
be
know,
the same fights, though. Network don't matter. Al still controls the athlete, so it's not, you know, network. Once Al makes the deal, he's going to shop it to the network. So let's say Canelo really offers Plant an offer, he's going to go to Showtime. It ain't Showtime that's going to go to Al. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got mad background, but look, Showtime might say, hey, Al, like right now, they might be already calling Al, texting Al like, hey, if you get that fight, we willing to negotiate. We willing to bid for that. But that don't mean that Al ain't saying, hey, Canelo team wants Plant. Plant's been on Fox. What you trying to do? And remember, who didn't announce their schedule? Fox. So maybe Al is using the Canelo fight to get a bigger budget from Fox. Like, yo, give me $100 million. I could guarantee you a Canelo deal. I mean, a Canelo fight on your network. You know? Remember, I think Fox gave them like $56 million, something like that. So maybe they're like, yo, I could bring a Canelo fight this year. I need $100 million for my year. You know, you never know what they do. This is all negotiations. Leverage, man.
Could be for sure. Yeah, because, you know, Steven Espinoza low-key might come in and say, you know, we know how to do shows. I mean, shit, we had the greatest before, still, with Floyd.
Mm-hmm. No, well, listen,
You know?
Espinoza...
And now we can move Canelo, you know?
Espinoza did the Canelo fight with Josecito Lopez, remember?
Yeah. Yep. MG and Grand in Las Vegas. Yep.
He went head-to-head with
That's
Sergio and
true,
Chavez.
yeah.
Same day,
True
same
that,
night.
Yeah, so for sure. I mean, they got that relationship, so... Yeah. That's my call, man. Just want to see your thoughts on that.
Nah, brother, thank you for calling in, man. We got another new caller in what looks like Oregon. Who's this?
Yo, what up, Nash?
What up, brother? Who's this?
This is Javi from Oregon, the 503.
Shout out to you, Javi.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks. Hey, man, just calling in, man. I just getting off work, and I was talking to some casuals, and they brought up a fight. These just like people that don't even watch boxing, and it just goes to show Canelo is blowing up. It's he's a superstar. He's a megastar. Even with the casuals now, his name is known. And fuck, man, I can't wait for him to go to PBC and clean them out. You know, because the zone has nothing to offer. He has no business there.
Wait.
You know?
So let me ask you: you don't want to see Canelo Bivol? You don't like that fight?
Not right now. Not at the moment.
What about Canelo Triple G3?
Nah, not at the moment.
So that means you don't want Canelo Demetrius Andrade?
Of course not.
So you say you'd rather see Charlo?
Yeah, but Charlo, Benavidez, Plant, all those guys.
Anybody else other than the Charlos and Benavidez and Plant? Let's say that's 3 or 4 if he does both Charlos. Who else could you think on the PBC side that Canelo would want and that it's a worthwhile fight?
Yeah.
Earl Spence, Poppy.
I think that's pretty much it.
Earl Spence and fucking Jerry's World. Earl Spence and Jerry's World.
Oh, yeah.
100,000 people in attendance. Come on.
See, the thing is, Spence won't even fight Crawford.
No, listen.
What makes me think he's going to move up and fight Canelo?
Because of the payday. The payday.
Oh, man, stop it.
What?
Not even for the payday.
What? Why you think Khan moved up? Why you think Kelbrook moved up? Well, look at Mikey moved up. Mikey did it for $8 million plus pay-per-view A-side. Why wouldn't they? Yes, they will for the money and the legacy. If you beat Canelo, nah, that's it. But listen, Javi, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
If you guys want to call in, you know the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Remember to press 1 time. I got a bunch of people on Blog Talk. There you go. Now you're pressing 1. That's how you do it. So I want to say this. Adding to my other story, Al, if you're listening, yo, at least become a fucking member of Patreon or something. Like, give me $100, you know what I mean, a month for all my great ideas. Listen, so we do Canelo Plant. If he beats Plant, we do Jermell Charlo after the Castano fight. If he beats Jermell, we do Jamal. In the meantime, Jamal, and even Plant probably was in Texas. Because right now, this is where big fights are happening, right? So let's say we definitely do, let's spice it up. We was in Dallas, we're going to do Plant in Miami again because of Eddie. Boom. We come back to Dallas. We do both Charlos because they from Texas. In the meantime, Earl's doing whatever he's doing. Fighting Ugas, you know what I'm saying? Moving up to 54 to fight, you know, like Tony Harrison, gaining the weight, preparing himself for the big Texas 100,000-seat arena fight. Canelo does that, ends it all Mexican September sometime with Benavidez. That's a lot of fights, though. You got Jamal, Plant, and Earl. And they probably could find a fifth one, man. I can't think of a fifth one at the moment off top, but I'm going to go out to what looks like Alex Lemon, but I'm going to have to double check since he barely calls in. 509, I'm pretty sure that is Reno or some shit like that. Vegas. That's actually Caesar. Caesar, I seen you put the cherry. Yo, when you gonna join Border Wars, dog? I think you had signed up for like season 6, and I seen you put cherries on Francis's heavy bag work yesterday, man. You know I see everything. I do all the hunting so that my Border Wars people don't gotta be on social media. I seen you. You saying you want a shot at France? Damn, you got background noise. But go for it.
Hey, my bad. I'm at work. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
All right. Yeah, it did. No, I put food and I put a little chicken leg emoji, but it's just because I seen him a little soft around the stomach, man. I seen that little gut hanging out the side. I'm like, damn, Francis, you hop out of shape so fast. But I understand why you're retired, man. You didn't want that boy to get hurt. I see that now. But hey, if you're ever looking for a comeback, I'll be your tune-up. But yo, what are we talking about? I just hopped on.
Oh man, we talking Tyson Fury being called a coward by Dillian Whyte for not helping Tom Saunders after getting bodied at the Canelo fight. And we're also just talking about Canelo options at PBC. What sort of deal could Al offer? Because people think it's only Plant, but like he don't got no more legacy fights over there. But listen, I'm trying to get Kevin Cunningham. I'm about to send you the link, Coach. Coach, listening, man. We might as well jump on with me, Coach.
All right.
No. He didn't say
For sure. All right, well. Oh, okay. All right, well, for Canelo to go over to PBC, I would love that, man. I would love for him to switch and just basically solidify that big dog status that basically he could say, I can go anywhere and make a fight with anyone. You know what I mean? If he stays with the zone and he tries to get those guys over to the zone, I feel like there's gonna be some conflict issues and there's gonna be a bunch of hoopla all over the media, you know. So I feel like if he actually makes the move to PBC and fights those guys on their network, it's just gonna make him even look more like a badass. You know what I mean? I hope he does that. I think that what you said in that order was perfect. First he fights Plant. Once he take care of Plant, Charlo, and then after Charlo, I feel like at 68. Boo Boo could have a shot, if he moves up and then basically forces Canelo, that puts himself in a mandatory position. Or I think that fight has to happen. I think Boo Boo did the right thing. It sucks that his dad got disrespected like that, but I think he did the right thing, and I think he needs to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because that way, Canelo had to, he had to respond to Lara.
I don't know if that's disrespect, man. I might call your mom and your girl a bitch if I'm arguing with you and they jump in. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if that's everybody. It's open season, man. Like if me and you beefing, why do I give a fuck about your father? I don't care about your father. First of all, people gotta understand this is an inner city sport, man. They got to stop acting like boxers are supposed to have all this class and what Tyson Fury did isn't what normally happens. Like he chose not to get into a street fight like that. That's like, I don't know, but you got mad background. We gonna keep it moving. Kevin Cunningham, I see you debating, Coach. Come on and jump over here. Let's go talk some boxing. You know what I'm saying? I love that you're listening too, man. Thank you so much. That just makes it all the more pleasurable to do your job when, you know, we got world-renowned coaches listening, you know, lets me know. I'm happy. Little goals, man. Little goals for me, I'm all good. But, yeah, though, Al could give a lot of fights to Canelo. Canelo could be there, fellas. If we do 2 fights a year, which he's broken that, right? He's broken that. He's done 3 fights in 9 months, so, like, he's broken that. So it depends how many dudes how many bowling pins he want to tip over and how long, right? And how does he do it? You know what I mean? But I do like that storyline. Let's build it up. Listen, a lot of you on Blog Talk, hit that 1 button. If you already felt like you hit 1, because I think who's that? 443-892. That's Rob. Rob in Baltimore, you up? You good? You pressed it. Talk to us.
Yo, peace, Nats. What's going on, fam? This is my personal opinion. I think that Canelo versus Andretti will be the fight to make. Canelo hasn't fought a black fighter in a minute. You know what I mean? Benavidez, I feel he has to put on some more work to get that fight. I like to see that, though. But, you know, I just think that he needs to put in some more work, and Demetrius and Canelo should be the next fight. So I'll let you, you know what I mean, speak on that. And peace, my brother. And I'll talk to you again throughout the week. All right. No, listen, I can see Andre sliding in. I'm not taking credit for this idea. I think we had another caller said this yesterday, similar to this. I just brushed it up, fixed it a little bit. If Plant doesn't take the offer, let's say they say, yo, Billy got 8, we giving you 8. Nah, 8 ain't good. It's better than what Billy got because Billy only had a shot of 3 belts. You got a shot now at undisputed. So take the 8. Plant, like, I ain't taking the 8. This the 3rd offer Plant don't take. So Canelo says, oh, all right. Andre, you get a shot. Come on up to 168. He does that to make Plant think about it, you know? Now you sitting on the sideline. Now you ain't in the big dance again. You know what I mean? So now you think about it. Now they beat Andre. If they beat Andre and they come back and they say, here's your $8 million again. Do you want it? Coach, if you driving, we could always do no video. Let's do phone, champ. You could always call in. You could call in via cell, no video, and chop it up. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. You listening anyway. It's all good. He on his way to the gym. Shout out to Erickson Lubin getting it in. But he says his thoughts are Canelo on PBC is going to be or should be, or his thoughts, his opinion, same like mine's. I love it. Plant, Mel. So I'm gonna give it the slow version because I got to build this up to y'all so that y'all can spread the word, and that's how it goes down, right? So it's Plant. Now, if he beats Plant, and I got to say if because y'all know Plant, my man, you know, 2016 Las Vegas Appreciation Night attendee. He brought Jordan. Wilder was there. Marcellus was there. Telly Swift was there. You know, plenty of people were there, and Plant was there. Plant was there. Plant is, he's been on this show a lot, and I think he's a super duperly skilled fighter. Power's going to be the issue, but he showed us that he could drop Ustatagi twice, so can he keep Canelo respectable? That being said, if he gets past Plant, you pick on Charlo, right? I say pick on so that the narrative is built. You pick on Mel. Everybody's gonna be like, there he go again. He a fucking cherry picker. Yeah, get him mad so you can become the dude they pay to see lose. So you get Mel first, but Mel's undisputed. So in the history books, it's actually a super fight. It's like Mel's undisputed. He beat Castano. You undisputed. You beat Caleb Plant. Now y'all do that fight. Mel moving up 2 divisions. Show that he a hard body. He loses. Jamal rushes the ring. My brother, oh my God, we'll fucking kill you, Canelo. Fight me. You've been ducking me. You chose to fight my twin brother. That wasn't me. You supposed to fight me. I was the mandatory. You afraid of me, motherfucker. Build up that fight. Now we got the second fight. Then, all the while, Benavidez is like, man, This dude don't want to fight no Mexicans. I wanted to fight Jamal. Because y'all seen Benavidez on Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos Villegas. Benavidez on Fight Hub said that the fight with Charlo could have happened in September. Charlo the one didn't want it. Yeah, I don't know if y'all ain't know that, but it's on Fight Hub. Go check it out. He said he was on the phone with Louis DeCubas like, yo, get me that fight. And then Louis was like, yo, he don't want that fight. Yeah. So, while Canelo was doing the Charlos, like I said, in Houston, Texas, building up that fan base, trying to get to that 100,000 seated arena, because if they did 73 with Billy Joe, what they gonna do with Mel and Maul? Warming it up with Mel and Maul, right? Because there's a bigger fight to come in Dallas, right? So then they do it again. All Mexican affair with Benavidez. Since Benavidez is like, man, I was going to beat Charlo. You just fighting dudes that's scared to fight me. You scared to fight me talking this, you don't fight Mexican shit. I'm Mexican. I'm ready to fight a Mexican. I want glory. Canelo gives him his shot. First time he fights an all-Mexican fight. It goes down the way it went down with Oscar De La Hoya and motherfucking Julio Cesar Chavez. Huge. Let's take it back to Mexico and Azteca Stadium, 100,000. Nah, ain't no money for that. We coming to Mexico. We coming to Dallas, baby. Jerry's World. Benavidez. Canelo. All Mexican affair. Everybody rooting for Benavidez because now all the Mel and Maul fans, you already know, all the Mel and Maul fans, they Benavidez fans now. So now it's Benavidez Canelo. Young lion versus the old lion. Passing of the guard. Just like Mayweather, Canelo gets the job done. The young dude got to lick his wounds, come back, and fight another day. And then the last fight for Canelo, Spence. So we got PBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-fight deal. 5-fight deal. Now, people are going to say, man, what the fuck, Ness, get out of here. Ain't no way he fights Plant, Mel, Maul, Benavidez, Spence, all back to back. But that's because you don't believe in your favorite fighter. But again, if he gets past Plant, the storyline is he's picking on Jamel. Jamel moving up 2 divisions. Know what I'm saying? So, respectfully, is Jamel the cherry in the sense because he's out of his natural weight and never fought at 168, where you got to come up to be great to get a shot at Canelo, like Mikey moved up 2 divisions, like Khan moved up 2 divisions, Sugar Ray, all them dudes that moved up for greatness. You know what I'm saying? This is Mel's opportunity to move up. You know what I'm saying? Undisputed champ. If they gave Kovalev 14 for being a 3-time champ, and they gave Billy 8 for being a 2-time champ, fuck, man, they could give Jamel maybe $15 million for being a unified undisputed champ, right? $15 million guaranteed, pay-per-view upside, ticket sale, shares, because they both from, you know, Canelo ain't really from Texas, but being Mexico makes him a fucking Texas resident, right? But Charlo's are from Texas, so they get to negotiate all that. They get to negotiate a share of the gate, you know? They get to negotiate a share of them pay-per-views because they was on pay-per-view. It wasn't a successful one, but they got something. Just like Gennady. When he did the pay-per-view, he only did 170. That's only 50,000 more than the alleged number of the Charlos. It's only 50,000 more than the alleged number of the Charlos when Gennady fought both Jacobs and Lemieux on pay-per-view and didn't do big numbers. And then turned around and did great numbers with Canelo. So the setup is there. The setup is definitely there. And Kevin definitely, Kevin Cunningham reassuring us that Lil Charlo first, then Big Charlo. So let's go out to Brandon in Cincinnati. Let's see if we can bring that one to fruition. That sounds like a great, but again, it's not a 5-fight deal. I mean, it's a 5-fight deal and people are going to say he won't go tough, but in theory, it would be like Plant tough, semi-tough at that, because, Plant is perceived in the eyes of the boxing fans not to have a lot of power. So, like, is he going to hurt Canelo? So you got this tough Plant, semi-tough male, but he's moving up, so he's at a disadvantage. I'm not saying Cherry disadvantage, though. He's at a disadvantage. Then you got Maul, Then you got Maul, another tough one. But then you got Earl, which is like also moving up. So I don't know. It probably is doable. They're saying I'm in my own world. Yeah, I'm in a very optimistic world, man. But it's a realistic world. If Canelo wants to fight till he's 37, what the hell does he do going to PBC for one Keller Plant fight, then turning back around and go to Dazn for what exactly? For what exactly? I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying. The legacy fights are now on the other side of the street. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's where they are. We got Grindhard Sports Nation who says Andre would fight Jamal. Jamal is the one waiting on Canelo payday. Canelo setting a bad example. He ducks, so Jamal ducks. One dude has legacy written in stone and the other is writing. So, I don't think they could be called the same. We got Jay Lewis that says, White is so petty, I love it. Yes, he is. And it's actually refreshing that he keeps the same energy, regardless of being knocked out. He's still this dude that's going to tell you how he feels about how you fought and how you look and what you've done. So it is. I always like White, man. He the one blocked us, Luckily, we get his trainer. We got What Rep It that says, after Plant, Canelo should fight Jake Paul and stay busy. Damn. Kevin Cunningham seems to think that Canelo would make. I should keep that to myself and do that as a show. Like, is that 5-fight deal? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's 5. He said he would make like $500 million for those 5 fights. Shit. And that would be giving the people what they want. They wouldn't care about Andre if he fought Charlo because, y'all say slick black fighter. There you go. You getting 2. Can't complain now. Then you say he don't fight Mexicans. There you go. And then he comes back and fights Earl. Hopefully Al could do that shit. You know what I mean? It's like I said, Kevin, I got Kevin listening, man. Give me your thoughts on this. I said, and now that we thinking that many fights, you could definitely get a big-ass Fox budget from that shit. Oh, he said pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. Because I'm just wondering, can't you leverage the fact that you're going to have Canelo on your network as a new, 12-month Fox deal, get a bigger budget this year based on the fact that Canelo going to be on the airwaves. There's going to be all this Canelo shoulder content, all these 24/7s on Canelo on Fox. Man, that shit... Man, that's a lot of money. That's why you see Eddie, he out here doing everything he can to keep Canelo, man. And you seen the paperwork when Golden Boy was going under. What they said, Canelo was 90% of their revenue, man. But we got Grindhard Sports Nation back with another one, man. Thank you, brother. Let me go ahead and ring the alarm for you, man, being such a supporter all week, man. Hitting us up with super chats and giving us engagement, giving us your thoughts. He says, if Canelo staying in 168, if he wins, why not Andre? He would have to move up anyway, and then Maul being great is about defeating narratives. Again, Andre is there as the backup plan to make sure Keller Plant takes the fight. But this is Al's job to get done. The more we talk about it, Al got to lock Canelo in, man. Them 5 fights. And who knows? Those are sexy names. We going to have to open up the rankings and see what else Al could offer him. What else is out there, legacy-wise, on the PBC side. I'm going to go to 175, right? John Pascal about to fight. Who on Mayweather on the card? Badu Jack. But those are what? Let me see. Those are... Okay, so Pascal is the interim. Bivol is the real WBA. And then... Nope. All right. And WBC. So Pascal got the WBC interim on both. He regular on WBA and interim on WBC. So those are not the real champs at 75. Al can't really, there ain't no leverage there. Yeah, I mean, I think that is it, man. I mean, it depends how far F.A. Atobar gets. He just beat Deion Nicholson. If they could get him the full champ, he's not going to be popular, but it would be Canelo moving the cruiserweight. But, because Atobar is pretty small. I think he's 5'8". He just got them big-ass arms. Them shit's long. We seen what he did to poor Deion, man, my fucking dude. I thought that was going to be my man Deion's fucking coming out, life-changing party, man. Yeah, I don't really see nothing else they could offer him, man. I mean, and Golden Boy picked up Gilberto Ramirez. Can't even do that. At 175, Marcus Brown, but like, that's not, he looking for the legacy at 168. Jacobs, but he got to earn a rematch back. Yeah, man, I think that is it. And that's only 5, so that's only maybe 2.5 years, 3 years, and it all depends on how fast Canelo want to do them. And if he goes all the way down to 60, all Al can offer him is obviously Charlo. Man, that's it, bro. Damn, so it's a 5-fight deal at the max, unless somehow Laura gets his name popping and he earns a rematch, and that ain't gonna earn no rematch. Laura would be too old. It's really that's it. Al gotta go sign Tim Tszyu. That's what he need to do. Tim out here blowing the fuck up. Sign Tim, get Canelo in that Australia fight in the future. Even Jamel, that's a payday for Jamel. They gonna give Jamel like 10 mil for that Tim Tszyu fight. Remember I told y'all. Damn! Phone lines done lit up. This is what I'm talking about. I love what I do. And I love being here. So I'm glad that we got so many callers. We going out to, let's see who's this. Looking like Oakland, Bay Area. And this is Los in Oakland. What up?
Hello, Ness. What's up, man? Good morning.
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Hey, Ness, I love that fight, man. I want to see Canelo fight Jermell at 154 once he unifies the belts. Can you imagine that fight, Ness?
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Man,
super fight. All the belts.
That
would be like 10 belts because each got a ring plus all 4 belts for each division. So it's like, damn, 10 belts on a table at the press conference. Crazy.
That would do big numbers, man. That would be a fantastic fight. And then I would like him to fight Jamal just after that fight, just to kill the narrative. You know what I mean, Steph?
Definitely.
And then, have you seen the Dazn numbers, man? I heard they did really good numbers, and man, in YouTube it's like 12 million views just in that fight, the highlights. I was like, man, bro, that's crazy, man, and that's good for the sport, man.
Absolutely good for the sport, bro. The motherfucking the 57 clip of Billy giving up did 3.6 million.
Holy shit, man, that's crazy.
Insane, bro. Boxing is like, Canelo got to fight more often, man. Numbers don't be like that, man. Look at all the callers we've been getting over the last couple of days. New callers. And I noticed it. A lot of Mexican callers, a lot of Anaheim, a lot of fucking, I've noticed it, man. A lot of Mexicans coming out from Oregon. A lot of people supporting Canelo coming out, man.
I'm telling you, man, Canelo brings them out, man. Just like Canelo says, right? Payday. You want payday. Word. Yeah, I know that. All right, man. I'm going to be listening, man. I love the show, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in, man. Thank you for calling in.
Payday. You want payday.
I know that.
payday.
I need a beat
You
on
want
this,
payday.
Dollar. I know that.
Payday.
So look.
You want payday.
Right there, the bass.
I know that.
Boom.
Payday.
Bass just
You
kicking
want
like.
payday.
I know that. Payday. You want payday. I know that. Payday. Yo, we could definitely. We need a beat on this shit for real.
Payday.
Get me some hard bass on this, and I need me a TB. Justo, can I get the remix before June 12th payday for Board Awards, please? Come on, man. My Gene Bed, what up?
What's good, Ness?
Oh man, I'm enjoying my day. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. But how is the zone gonna let Canelo go when
Whoa. They're not letting him go. Technically, it's over. It was a 2-fight deal. It's over. He's a technical free agent.
I get it, bro, but there's no way that
it's
they're
over.
gonna, they're
It's
gonna
not.
let
It's
him
not
just...
letting him go. It's over. All they can do is try to offer their best. That's it. But the man has a plan, and his plan pertains Caleb Plant. So the only thing Eddie can do is say, all right, we're gonna offer Caleb Plant $20 million to cross the street. That's the only thing they can do. But at the end of the day, if Caleb Plant don't cross the street, Canelo will cross the street because he wants to be undisputed. So the minute that he agrees to cross, now we're able to say, can we offer you a 3-fight deal, 5-fight deal? Would you take this and this and this and this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they don't have another choice. I mean, I don't know if you took a look at that that article on Bloomberg that I put in the back chat. But they just had a 25% increase in subscribers during the Canelo fight.
Wow.
That's a lot of subscribers, bro.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay. They're going to have to do the same thing they tried to do to Wilder. They're going to have to offer Caleb Plant an astronomical amount of money, and maybe they'll start with a big amount of money and a 3-fight deal, how they did Kovalev. Remember, Kovalev got $14 million, but he also was getting 2 more return fights and tested positive. So maybe they tell Caleb Plant, all right, fuck it, man. We can't, Eddie, we can't lose Canelo. Offer Caleb a 3-fight deal, and it's life-changing money, and he leaves. Because look, Jesse's still with Al, and he on Dazn. He been on Dazn forever.
Yeah, isn't Jacobs as well?
Hell yeah, they over there.
So,
and Mikey definitely dabbles with Al, and he over there like they gonna go where the money at, man. They gonna go where the money at.
Yeah. But that's all I got. Great show as always.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We got plenty of callers. Sit tight. We get into the rest. We going out too. Is this Toronto? Let me see. I should know that it is Toronto. Who is it in Toronto? This is T in Toronto. What up, T in Toronto? What up? Been a minute, man.
What's going on, Nez? Yeah, man, it's been a minute, but I'm back. Always listening, though. Always listening. All right, so what I think Canelo should do instead of locking into a 5-fight deal is to continue taking 2 fights at a time, because he can get max money that way. He won't have to divvy the money up across 4 or 5 fights. He could just charge him OD for 2 fights at a time and then go back to a bidding war. Because in that case, he becomes another free agent. You got networks like Triller that's offering people tons of money to do crazy shit. He's got to make himself available, because if he's on the market, then it becomes a bidding war. It's no different than a house. I could put it at a price, but the more people that I have bid on it, the higher the thing's going to go up. I just sit back and wait, because I'm the man at the end of the day. People need me more than I need them, because I'm going to make the money regardless.
I mean,
so I think 5 fights might be too much.
It might be too much, but in theory that sounds good. But you got to remember, he tied himself into 11 fights with Dazn, not having this sort of roster. So, you know, going from 11 to 5 and having the legacy fights right there at your reach, I think it's more than plausible.
Right, but Canelo also has increased his stock tremendously since then. Like, even though he fought some of the guys from the UK that weren't so good, that brought viewership from the UK. He broadened his popularity. So he's at a different place than he was when he signed that first contract initially. Like 73,000 is crazy in Cowboy Stadium. And it's only going to go up from there.
And
So
that
if he
was
gets the plant fight,
and that's what the haters call a Euro dude. Imagine he put Charlo in there. It's gonna go bananas. Oh man.
yeah, I think the craziest fight that could be made, even though I'm not sure what weight it would be at, would be EJ. But
he gonna have to move
EJ's
up like the rest of them.
What's up?
He gonna have to move up like the rest. You want to pay that? You gotta move up to the champ weight.
I know. To where though? Like 160? Is the fight gonna be at 162?
168.
Like what's the fight gonna be at?
168, man. That's why he last on the list, so he could gain weight, so he could eat and get there slowly. We got 2 years and a half to do it. You be the last fight, you the fifth fight. You got 2 years to get to 68.
That sounds good, but now Al is gonna have to put 2 of his undefeated fighters at risk. And then when Canelo's gone,
you tripping.
Their allure's gone.
Yo, you tripping, man. Undefeated don't mean nothing when you going against A, a champion, B, a legacy-defining fight. It don't mean nothing because you lose. Look, Canelo lost to Mayweather. It ain't mean nothing. But that is your call. Listen, I'm letting y'all get 3 minutes because you know I love what I do. You know, if I ended this show, I would be like reading about boxing in my garage with my dogs. So, you know. Hit that thumbs up button, share the show. Just help me get a little bit bigger. That's all. I'm just trying to get a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? So if you enjoy the show, go ahead and share it. You know, let someone know. Give out the phone number, have them call in. Drop a super chat like my man Groundhog Sports Nation here got another one that says, I don't trust Jamel against Canelo. He too much of a fanboy. He might take a dive for Canelo. Man, you crazy. Yo, you crazy, yo. How dare you? How dare you say that about my man?
Come on, Billy Joe. You on some bullshit, nigga. Pussy, you. Come on, Billy Joe. You on some bullshit, nigga. Pussy, you scared of that nigga Canelo. You with that smoke.
Yo, don't be mad your favorite fighter is my favorite fighter's fighter, man, or however I said it. I said it wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? But we out. Let me get to these callers, man. Brandon, did we ever get to Brandon? I feel like Brandon, I played that intro. Did we lose you?
Yeah, man, what's up? I was in a bad area. I had dropped off. You probably did play it. I ain't did.
Go for it.
What's good? What's up, Ness? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. You know, today, I wish I would have thought about this conversation and made this the title. Like, that is an interesting topic. You know, 5-fight deal, PBC, they got so much to offer Canelo. I'm excited about the opportunity.
What about this, though, Ness? How about, I think a more foreseeable way to do this is if he don't necessarily sign with PBC, he signs his own separate Canelo Alvarez promotions deal with Fox for like 5 fights, and they just work, with each other that way.
Yeah, but
I think that's more feasible.
But then, how do you get the PBC fighters on Fox if they no longer with Fox?
They gonna still be on Fox, but he just got his own separate deal. You feel me? With Fox.
So you saying he could bring Andre? So you saying if he want to fight Andre on Fox, he got his own deal, so he could bring Andre to Fox and fight him.
Exactly. He brings his own. I think that's the level he's at this point, man. He really don't need no promoter no more.
But remember, Floyd, you got a lot of background, so I'm gonna get to some other people. But listen, Floyd was his own dude, and he ain't need a promoter, and he still signed the 5-fight deal with Showtime. He still used Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Like and Canelo's his own man, and he still used Eddie. You see what I'm saying? Like, you still need a promoter. Even when Floyd drove the car, he still had to get Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerby to do. Like, you a fighter, you can't do none of that shit. You can't do none. You still need somebody to be your promoter. You see, even Al, he got TGB. Like, somebody still got to promote. Like, they act like promoters ain't needed, but they still absolutely needed and are useful and serve a purpose. That being said, Looks like we got ourselves a new caller over here. So I'm going to go ahead and double check because I ain't never seen this one. What's this? Or have I not seen it in a while? Damn, every time I see a 312, man, I be hoping it's fucking Fight Doctor. Where you at, Fight Doctor? Man, ever since Gennady got it, like, you know, like he used to, when Gennady was undefeated, he used to be calling it every day, calling him Bum Lufkin. Now he don't even call, and I hope everything is okay with you, man. But in the meantime, we going out to Reyes in Chicago. What's up?
Hey, what up, Ness? Can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right, great, man. Hey, great show, man. I think you're just dropping some really good knowledge on the whole scene, man. I think a lot of fans don't realize how complicated, the certain situation is, you know.
Definitely.
I think you had mentioned that Kovalev got like 14 million or 12 million, something like
14.
that. And how much would they offer Caleb Plant? Yeah, how much would they offer Caleb Plant to come over to the zone? But man, it's like I think the topic that you got right now is just really, really hot, man. This is so complicated. Like, where the hell does Canelo go? Because he can move the needle anywhere. But I just want to talk about the Caleb Plant fight, man. I think Canelo is a very bad style for Caleb Plant. Not that, not the other way around. Just because I know Plant likes to use, the whole shoulder roll or Philly shell style and all that kind of stuff. That's just a bad thing to do, man, for a guy with Canelo who's gonna, it's gonna hurt you on the body, take you to the ropes. So I think that fight is kind of easy, to be honest. So it's like, where do we want to see that, on PBC or we want to see that on the zone? That's one thing. And then the second thing is I'm actually down with what you're saying about Errol Spence going to 168. I think you mentioned if Mikey Garcia was, going up one or two weight classes, then it might have to be the same for Jermell Charlo after he does undisputed with that Argentinian guy, Brian Castaño.
Absolutely.
And then just my last question to you, man, would you be fine if Canelo even did a catchweight with Jermell Charlo, like anywhere between 160 and 168?
Yeah, but then he won't be
you think
able...
that would be fair, or he should just do the full 168?
No, it would be more than fair, but the issue is he won't be able to win the belts. Now, if he can still do a catchweight and get the sanctioning bodies to let him win the belts, then it makes sense. But like for Jermell, yes, it's still glory to beat Canelo, but why not have those belts?
Yeah.
So if you take this catchweight fight and those belts ain't on the line and you beat Canelo and you don't got those belts, it's just like, fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I agree with you too about the Cowboy Stadium. I think the only difference, it wouldn't be so much the attendance. I think they could just double or maybe triple the ticket sales with any of those Texas boys, Spence or the Chalo brothers, man.
Yeah, because more people
anyways,
know them.
man, that's just my thing, man. I think I think right now you've got like the best topic, man, in the game. So just curious to see, more stuff that you drop down on it. But that's all I got, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, my producer's saying, oh, why are you talking 5-fight deal? You heard what Canelo said. Listen, I don't know what Canelo said. Send me the clip, but I'll tell you this. They got inventory. Canelo said he's fighting till 37. I think he's legit still 30, man. Like, let me double check, but I think he's legit still 30. So he got 7 years left, man. He's got like 7 years of fights, and you just can't offer him everything. Like, what is over there? I don't care. I got the zone. I don't want to pay $75. I'm not these other weirdos talking about I'd rather it be on PBC. I'd rather pay my $100 a year and get my Canelo fights. So I'm not happy that he's going to PBC so that I can pay fucking $100 for all 5 of these fights. But they have better opposition at the moment right now. Like, we just went through the resumes. I mean, through the rankings. They got 3 fights to offer Canelo over there on the zone. Andrade, Bivol, Triple G. We're going to give the benefit of the doubt that Triple G is a big fight. We'll label that as a big fight because it's 2 existing fights. People want it, whatever. But Andrade,
he just started in a bubble. His name's gotten millions and millions of views because of what happened. So his name is starting to bubble. I don't put it past that fight jumping the line some way, somehow, and however much time. But Bivol is no, there's nothing there. There's no special effects there. There's nothing. There's no legacy there. I already won a title at 75. If he's Canelo, like he's like Dazn, what the fuck? I don't care about Bivol. I won a title at 75. Well, I'm gonna go beat this guy. If I'm gonna fight Bivol because he's allegedly tougher, then I should be fighting Beverbeev, who is the unified champion. You understand? And he's not with Dazn. So I don't know. There's just better competition at the moment. 5-fight deal, knocked them all out. You cleaned them out in 2.5. He can do it in less time, gentlemen. He can do it in less time. But old traditional boxing time, 2.5 years, and he's gone. He beats 5 fighters on PBC in 2.5 years, 1 fight every 6 months, and, you know, we're done. And he's back on Dazn fighting whoever, or he's back on Top Rank now fighting, you know, whatever, or maybe Gilberto at that point is somebody and he's fighting him wherever. But yeah, I mean, that's they got better options. I mean, if look, call in and tell me what's the better options on Dazn. We got Oklahoma AMG. What up?
Yo, what's up, Nets? Great show as usual.
Thank you, brother.
Yo, so what I like to see, I like to see Canelo fight kind of in this order. Plant, Jamal, Benavidez, then Beterbiev and Bivol is what I personally would like to see him do. I know Eddie said in multiple interviews that they might go up to 175, but then I think you mentioned he also said they might stay. Obviously, he has options, but that's kind of the fights that I would like to see. As far as Boo Boo goes, he knows Benavidez will answer the call if he talks a little bit of shit to him, like right now. He doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to risk his O. If you don't want to risk your O, then you don't deserve the fight because you haven't fought anybody. So just keep waiting for like forever. Oh, and then at the end of those fights, definitely, I eventually want to see Earl Spence, and then Jermell. I don't know if Jermell will go up to 168, and I don't think Canelo will go down for him.
Jermell will go up, man. He's super competitive. He thinks he's the best. He's already said, I ain't the brother to turn down the Canelo fight. He said that, not us. So
that's another thing. I feel like Jermall is in his way, though. Like, Jermall needs to do something, too, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, Jermell's doing – how do you not get motivated by your own twin doing big things?
He can't. He don't got the opportunity to do it. You know, I know.
Well,
we all know that they tried to get Gennady to go to PBC. They offered the man $40 million, and he still ain't fucking take that fight with Jamal. So, like, you know, they can't
Then do the
Benavidez
fight, you know?
Yeah, that's another thing. I heard Benavidez on Fight Hype saying that that you know, Charlo didn't want it.
So, yeah, they all have options. I mean, Benavidez is like their golden ticket, in my opinion. That's what gets you to Canelo.
Definitely.
They don't want to take it.
Definitely. All right. Man, he called him the golden ticket. So you beat Benavidez, you get a shot at Canelo, in his opinion. And KO Boxing or whatever the fuck your troll name is, I'm gonna entertain you because, you know, you're so wrong. I'm not contradicting myself. I don't want to pay for Canelo pay-per-view on PBC, but they have the inventory. What you want me to do? To wish that Al loses 5 fighters and that all 5 of those fighters magically get signed to Dazn? Like, shut your dumb ass up. Let me go find you in this chat so I can fucking block you, bro. Fucking just time your dumb ass out for 300 seconds for saying some dumb shit. You know what I mean? We talking boxing here, bro. Get your little slippery weirdo ass out of here. We got Louisiana. Gerard, what up?
Yeah, what's up, man? First, I'm going to talk about the Fury situation. I don't think Fury should have jumped over and just started going hawk on people, but him making his presence known could have, as a de-escalator, could have calmed the situation down. And as far as Canelo, I think he has a lot of options. He can fight any of the champions at 160 or move up to 175. As far as Demetrius Andre, I feel like, you know, he made his case by going to the press conference. But it wouldn't hurt for him to start fighting some of the other champions in his division, whether it's Jamal Charlo, Ryota Murata, Arizona De Lara, or Chris Eubanks Jr. Putting any of those names on his resume is going to further his trying to get the Canelo fight. And as far as Earl Spence and Crawford, they in each other's way because I feel like for either one of them to get to Canelo, they got to go through each other and
I don't know
Pacquiao.
about all
So
that,
them
man.
not
Canelo's still mentioning Earl name. He don't got to fight Crawford. he just got mentioned
but
this
it shouldn't
week.
hurt though.
No, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt unless you lose.
But I don't think he's going to lose. Just like I don't think he'd lose to Pacquiao. And then at least he'd be the undisputed welterweight champion trying to move up and get that fight. I also think Canelo's a big enough name where, yeah, he don't really have to necessarily sign with anybody. As a matter of fact, he might draw names that's not even doing boxing right now and doing boxing live. He's a big enough name. He might, for the right price, he might draw Netflix or Hulu, Peacock in the showing boxing, or even draw HBO back in and have them showing his fights on HBO's own. So I mean, it's really his future is really in his hands.
That would be great, but at the same time, I've been done with HBO. But I'm gonna let you go, Jerron. You got a little bit of background noise. I've been done with HBO. I haven't had HBO since motherfucking Game of Thrones ended. So like, yeah, I don't want that. But yeah, listen, man, I can't tell you enough. You know, I'm just not like a dude that does repeat shows. But like I've said it. I would love, Al, if your Fox deal is up, go to DAZN. But DAZN also has to play ball, and Eddie too. But these dudes be out here talking crazy about each other in the media, and that's not how you make friends, man. You don't make friends taking shots at people, man. So like, a perfect world is the rumors that you guys keep putting in the chat, because that's the only place I see it. I don't see any credible website, anything. Someone sent me an article of PBC being broke, of Fox not re-upping with PBC. Those are all chat room rumors. Until you send me a link, I don't know what you're talking about, but let's assume that it's true. I would love for Fox and Al Heyman to go to fucking, not Fox, but PBC and Al Heyman to go to DAZN. I prefer, Fox ripped me off, man. Fox ripped me off. I want my $50 back, man. They stole my money. They never told us that we buying a pay-per-view that can't be seen again. That's not how it works on cable television. I feel ripped off. I don't trust Fox. There's no customer service. They're terrible until they make it right with me, and they haven't even responded to the second email. Like, I'm done with Fox. I'll fucking steal they shit. Except I know that Thriller out here coming to get dudes to say that. But they playing games, man. They stole my money, and I don't got no on demand. I don't even have a customer service, bro. So like, I'm afraid of using their digital now. I'm the old man that people talk about, that doesn't want to move on. Why would I pay again for digital with no customer service, no one to complain to? Man, get the fuck out. They stole my money. I woke up the next day wanting to rewatch my fight, and I couldn't rewatch it. That's crazy. They stole from me. So I don't want I don't want Canelo to sign a 5-fight deal so I could pay $75 a fight. I want him to fight a 5-fight deal so I can see those 5 fights. You sound like you're not a fucking a boxing fan. That's what you sound like. You want to make it now about pay-per-view and not about the best fight and the best. Those are the best fights. Those are the best fights. No, you rather him stay on DAZN and give us Bivol and Andre because what? We're paying $10 a month for that? Well, I'm paying $8 and some change because I chose the yearly plan, No, that's not what I want. Sometimes the phrase, you got to pay like you weigh or you got to pay for what you want is true. If those are the fights we want and that's the situation the PBC is in, then we going to have to pay. Would I rather get them on DAZN? Hell yeah. But can they get those 5 fighters on DAZN? Is DAZN going to be able to lock those 5 fighters in? I don't know. Richie in Harlem, you tell us. What's going on? Talk to us.
What's up, Nas?
What up?
What's up, Nas? So, I'm telling you, watch. Al Heyman and Showtime are going to get Canelo. They're gonna offer him probably like 600 million, not 600, 300 million for 6 fights.
300?
And you're gonna see
Hell no.
Watch. You'll see. You'll see. Plus pay-per-view points. I'm telling you, that's what they gave Floyd.
Yeah,
that's what they gave Floyd when he first came home.
Yeah,
and Canelo right now is bigger than Floyd when he first came home.
I don't know if 3 is enough, man. The man is obviously showing he's huge, man. Floyd never did 73,000, man. Floyd only fought in MGM.
Yeah, bro, but that's besides the back end money from the pay-per-view sales. Remember, with Showtime, you're making pay-per-view money too.
Yeah, no, definitely. But he's also making pay-per-view with DAZN. Remember, he restructured his contract.
But it's not.
Yeah,
but
it
it's not
is the same.
bro.
He sells it on cable. You could buy it on your cable. You could buy it digitally, or you could buy it on DAZN.
Yeah, but everybody that will watch his fight on Showtime gotta pay pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
So that money is gonna be way different. And then watch, I'm telling you, Canelo's pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is Errol Spence. And I'm gonna tell you how they're gonna build it up. Errol Spence is gonna fight after Ugas. He's gonna knock out Crawford, and then they're gonna give him Manny. And then they're gonna end up making that fight at AT&T Stadium. Jerry Jones kept talking about Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao the whole weekend during Canelo's fight.
Maybe Jerry should put up the fucking money. Why Jerry don't put up the money for that fight?
That's probably what's gonna end up happening. But that 6-fight deal that they're gonna offer him, this is how they're gonna get him. They're gonna give him probably Caleb Plant and Jamel with a gimme fight in between, and then probably Jamal and Benavidez with a gimme fight in between. And then for the Errol fight, then that's when they're gonna have to re-up on him, and then that's where the serious money is gonna be.
Hey man, I love it. You know, those are all the 5 fights I want. You know, so I'm good with it.
I'm telling you, watch, and people keep underestimating Spence. Spence could have got Danny out of there. He took it slow on him. Watch, now that he's rededicated, he's gonna start knocking these dudes out. And it's good that he didn't knock out Danny and Sean, because now it's gonna make people think that he's soft and that he's vulnerable, and that's where they're gonna fuck up. And I'm telling you, he's gonna knock Crawford out. Watch, Crawford's not going past 10 rounds with Spence.
All right, bro.
Y'all have a good day, man. Thank you, bro.
You too, man. Thank you for calling in, brother. I like your opinion on this one, man. I like it. Yo, let me see. We got any super chatties in the building? We got Jaguar Paul. Al doesn't have a lot of leverage unless he is willing to let his fighters starve. You sound crazy, man. Al don't got leverage, but no one's calling in talking about I want to see Bivol. I mean, my man did, right? Who did? Who was that? Richie in Harlem? Was that Richie in Harlem? Who the fuck just said, like, oh, I want to see Bivol and Better Beef? They said, like, oh, I want Plant, Jamal, Bivol. No, Plant, Jamal, Benavidez, Bivol, Better Beef, Bivol or something like that. Somebody just said that. Y'all know they did. That's about the only dude that called in asking about Bivol.
90 seconds.
I don't think anybody. Oh yeah, one dude said they wanted Boo Boo. You know, pretty much everybody wants the fighters that's all across the street, man. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You see, this is crazy about fight fans. Any other day, Canelo ducking Jamal Charlo. Now we talking about how we could get Canelo to fight Jamal Charlo, and they like, nah, man. Nah, stay on the zone, man. Fight Bivol, man. Yo,
60 seconds.
Dudes is crazy, man. We got Richard D with a super chat. He says, Showtime and Al are going to give him the bag. Like Floyd. Money emoji. You know, I'm going to save my thoughts, man, because I'm telling you, this show has sparked so much. But actually, I'm not. I can't. I've been already thinking about this, but I can't hold it back. Would they be willing to give Canelo a bigger deal than Floyd? You know how Floyd be out here bragging and talking. He already in interviews talking about, I mean, he had a deal, but who had the bigger deal? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, will Al finally put Canelo above Floyd? And is that gonna fuck up the relationship though? Looks like we got a new
10
caller
seconds.
in St. Pete. St. Pete, who's this? Keith Thurman, what up? Who this?
What up? This is Tommy.
Tommy, what's going on, brother?
Hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, St. Pete, Clearwater, 727. Yeah, just calling in, let you know I like the show. I always catch your shows after you do them. I always listen to them after they pre-recorded and stuff. I don't never really catch you live that much to call in, so I finally was able to do that.
Appreciate it.
But
man.
yes, sir. Oh yeah, Keith Thurman, that's my boy. We one time, all the time. You feel me? Grew up in the same neighborhood, but calling in, I don't know why everybody talking about Caleb Plant like that, man. They ain't got no juice, man. It's gonna be a good fight if he take the fight. All them other deals he turned down, people gotta realize, like, Canelo come out of nowhere sometimes with deals, because they offered Caleb Plant the deal like right after one of his fights, and they wanted him to take it on short notice and stuff, and he won with that. He want to get his full training camp in and do his thing when he get in there. So it's gonna be a good fight, whether it's on Dazn or Fox or whatever, pay-per-view. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna watch it. And a couple of callers you had a second ago said, Boo Boo need to call out, dang, what he said his name was,
Benavidez,
the 168 dude. Benavidez, yeah. I ain't never really think of that before, but if people don't know, if you do your research and you read, everybody know Boo Boo made some bad business choices early in his career, so I don't really think PBC didn't really want to deal with him like that for him to be fighting PBC fighters, and I know Jamal Down Show don't want to, so they ain't really ducking. I don't really call it ducking. They just know he was a bad businessman. People don't really like fucking with bad businessmen. But I like Boo Boo. He good. He real good. But I mean, shit. If you call out Benavidez and Benavidez take it, I mean, that is your step up. That'll be a good fight. Everybody gonna watch it.
But that's crazy, man. Why Benavidez gets to be the darling when Boo Boo got a better resume than Benavidez, man? So you got to beat the dude who got a weak resume to beat a man? That shit don't even make sense. Like, they tripping right now. Benavidez, who the fuck he beat? He had a rematch with... I'm about to lose my... His father going to stop answering my call, but my man had a rematch with Ronald Graville, man. Why y'all be making this dude out to be this boogeyman? He got dropped by ordinary people, and he squares up. As a grown man in boxing, he squares up. He squares up, man. Like... Because
sometimes you got to realize, sometimes it's about business first things first. Like, I've been a hustler my whole life, bro. So when people try to say somebody ducked because they took a fight that paid them more money, that ain't no duck for me, my boy. That's getting that money. So, but Benavidez just got the clout right now. You feel me? He his name. Whether he's a good fighter or not, he got the name. So if in 2021, if you beat Benavidez, you're going to become somebody.
That's crazy.
You feel me? Like that, but that's just how it is. Like, nobody look at Kell. Yeah. Nobody look at Kell Brook how they used to look at Kell Brook because he beat Sean Porter. But once Earl beat him, and then Triple G beat him, then Earl beat him, and then now you got Crawford knocking him out in 3 or 4 rounds. If anybody stepping in the ring with Kell Brook right now, nobody ain't gonna give you no praise for beating him because it's 2021, not 2017. So that's the thing about Benavidez. In 2021, he just got that name. So if you beat him this year, they gonna praise you for it. Like, that's why you got some of the Crawford fans and talking about, or some of the...
Thank you for calling in, champ. That is your time. We're going out to Hell Rail Fire Flame, New Mexico, hailing from Detroit. What's going on, champ? Yo, I got a heavyweight, man. I need a fighter. I got a heavyweight. I don't think he'll take the fight because he a novice. But if you talk to me, man. Hit me up on the text. I got a heavyweight ready to rock and roll for this Border Wars. You got 35 days to get ready too. That's, Mayweather said give him 6 weeks. He fight anybody.
Absolutely. Just put me back in the chat and we can talk about it. But touching on the topic though, I gotta say, first of all, Canelo performance was good as fuck, man. I gotta say though, like he crushed Billy Joe Saunders' face. He did it the right way with his padding, no tampered gloves, and Canelo really earned my respect with that knockout. That was an undefeated fighter. He was the man in the UK, and he set his ass up, took his belt. So my hat go off to Canelo. Fuck what everybody talking about. He the man. I had a question though. So the David Benavidez fight that's on August 28th for the title eliminator, that's to go up against Canelo.
Say again?
The winner of that fight?
Which
the
fight?
WBC super middleweight title eliminator on August 28th on Showtime. David Benavidez versus Jose. I forgot how you say his last name.
Yeah. That's gonna be to go against Canelo, but it don't matter. That won't even get thought about till February of next year because he just had his mandatory fight February of this year.
So that's really just okay. So that's an eliminator
That's just
to fight
positioning.
possibly.
That's just positioning, but there ain't no guarantee. Because remember, once Canelo beats Plant, he undisputed. He might drop all them belts and go to 75. We don't know what he gonna do once he beat Plant. But Benavidez is putting himself in position. He putting himself in position to be the mandatory. Absolutely.
So with that being said, you think 160 is out of Canelo's career? That's out of his whole thing. He's not doing that no more.
Yeah, he ain't doing that. His trainer said Charlo and Gennady gonna have to come up.
Okay, so I think July 17th, the Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castino, that's gonna be a lit fight, and I'm looking forward to that one.
All the belts.
Yep, and I do want to see how Jamar Charlo defend his title if he dominate Juan Montel. How you say his last name? If he dominate that fighter,
Who the fuck is that guy?
I want to see him move up to 168 if he dominate that dude. So June 19th, I'm looking forward to that, and then July 17th, and then see David Benavidez. But Canelo, he the man right now. I don't want to see Errol Spence fight him no time soon. I'd rather Errol Spence just stay in 147. Yeah. So yep, cooking. TBV. Hit me up. Add me in the chat, man.
Andres, we don't know when the next border war is gonna be, man. We don't know when the next border war is gonna be, man. It all depends. The next one might be right back in Watertown. It all depends how this one kick off. I mean, if we like it, you heard the live fight chat. We was out there, and you heard the owner. She's like the new home of border wars. She wants every border wars to be over there. So, we gonna see how it works. We gonna see. I know I want to go back to Dallas without a doubt. I'm working on this venue in Dallas, man. That's gonna take us next level too. But speaking of venues in Dallas, yo, let me put my camera on my face, man. Look at me when I'm talking to you, man. You see me? Let me get this out the way. Just all me. You see this face, man? This face made sweat boxing popular, all right? And now Eric Morales and some other dude. Who Eric fighting? He fighting a legend, right? Who he fighting? Eric versus who? Arce? I don't know. But one of them is fighting where Border Wars has been like, what? We did 3 Border Wars there? That's crazy, right? Small world. Shout out to Sweat Boxing, Hector Velasquez, Eric Cruz, SOG. Man, that's crazy. I hope they do remodeling. Like, I hope they do some sort of remodeling so that it looks different and we could come back to a new gym, since now they're taking on, a big fight like Eric Morales and stuff like that. But anyway, that was the last caller, man. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Ness GTO, catch us on the next one. Probably go live tonight. I want to put out a Patreon Untitled post, whether we go live tonight for Untitled or some other topic, but I definitely want to do Untitled this week. We didn't do it Monday because we were in Wisconsin, and obviously, Francis is traveling from Canada to Wisconsin to here to Florida. We got a super chat. Let me refresh here. Looking like We got Richard D with another one that says, Canelo gonna fight whoever become undisputed at 175. Let's see. Everybody wants the better beef. Now it's become a thing. It's all over social media, but that's also because Eddie Reynoso put it out there again that they want better BF. Ken Stone says, if Canelo gets all the belts, he needs to call up Eddie and set up another World Boxing Super Series and force these guys to fight. You know Canelo wants the Ali trophy. He does? I didn't know that. Yeah, Francis is traveling, y'all. He went from Canada to Wisconsin. He did the live fight chat with us in Wisconsin, and now he's coming from Wisconsin to Florida. He just couldn't get a flight on Sunday, and he had to do some stuff over there